have to exit the Shanghai Major losing to Wildcard.
Yeah, well, right now, GamerLegion are going down. That means they're playing a game right now against Passion UA. And CTR, he was part of that meta support team earlier in the year that's got a lot of people looking towards them. Susp was a part of that roster. Now he's about to play.
Playing really well for Wildcard as well in the opening stage so far.
So an exciting player to keep an eye on. He'll be the one to watch for me for Wildcard coming into this game. VP starting on the T side, Wildcard on the CT side.
One guy we didn't mention on the Wildcard side of things that I'll just introduce real quick, Sonic. We mentioned the resurgence of Stanislaus. Sonic, who's kind of retired, you know, was in some of the early the NA lineups back in online era. Yeah, he's coming back into it in a big way. Speaking of which, he gets a lot of pressure towards Red Room. Virtus.pro get 4 players through Red, and now Stanislaus, you can't hold this line. You're in a lot of trouble. You got to find some safety. The pinch coming up from the B ramp at the moment, so he's got to descend into the cave and hope and pray they can hit some absolutely stellar shots.
Stanislaus is not alone. He's got Susp alongside of him, and the dual run is unleashed first. Stanislaus taking damage, eventually going down to Electronic, who's confidently taking the fights, but losing them against Susp, who's got a second of the round here in the dual Berettas. Smokes out long. James gonna peek before it, catch Susp. Great headshot. Fame covers off the ramp play, and it's just Jaba left alone in a 1v3. The young American looking to show what he can do. As he comes out of the cave, James gets into safety, and eventually the peek from Fame comes in to confirm the pistol round victory here for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, Wildcard not able to slow their progression through the Red Room that entire time, just taking so much space, each and every engagement not clean. That's a great opening kill for Electronic. That'll be something to keep your eyes on. Wildcard have the worst first kill percentage in the entire opening stage. They play a lot of rounds 4v5. Now those can be traded quickly, obviously, but if you're a Wildcard team, it's probably one of the things that's holding you off from like building too much confidence of them making it through. During the Americas RMR, they had a lot of comebacks. They would go down early in games and come on back. And when you're doing that in rounds, playing 4v5 and maps overall coming back, at some point that's going to give away.
Yeah, but they're going up against VP, who make a lot of mistakes at the moment. True. So those 4v5s can't be possible. You get to get those opportunities.
Speaking of,
this force buy is working out for Wildcard. Susp got aggressive. He took down 2 players. Jame able to trade one of those kills back, but it's VP that have to play this in a 3v4.
Well, this is where it'll slow down and get a little bit quiet. Fame, Electronic, and Jame, the top 3 performers for Virtus.pro so far in this stage, looking to recover. Jaba has been a fun player to watch early on, another one of those young North American players that the scene sees a lot of potential in, and this is some great early experience in his career. A little jump spot for information. Stanislaus is going to be bold.
Worked out pretty well for Stanislaus. Gets away with 1, gets traded immediately, but keeping his team ahead on the players is Virtus.pro followed at 2.
And keeping information as well. Using that man advantage perfectly. A push up, you find 1 kill, and you've also allowed your A player in Jaba to switch over, and he's going to be watching for the fallback. With a player over in Jaguar, though, he could actually rotate all the way to the B bomb site if he wanted to, and he's going to do that just now as utility reigns in.
Well, Fuzi, good body shot landed on towards Fame. He's down to 61 health. Fame gonna turn around the backside. Sonic caught, trying to get in behind. And so now a 2v2 evened out for Virtus.pro. Bomb plant coming down on default. Fuzi starting to move forward. Flash set up. Deagle needs a kill, and it won't get it. Electronic able to cover off his teammate. And now the chances of Jaba winning this shrink to near 0. The AK's pin him in the corner. Jaba, he may be doing damage, but he needs both. And he's got chances. It's not clean. Jaba run out of ammo, but he had a chance. He had an opportunity. But for Virtus.pro, it is Fame to make sure they do not lose the follow-up round.
That's a god-tier check back towards B lane to find Sonic flanking you. That is such a god-tier clear. Susp does so well to give them a 5-on-3, to give them the advantage. I love this push from Stanislaus. But just the experience and the patience and not letting the clock be an enemy. Could have been a scenario where you get a little bit scared, 17 seconds, wanting to force your way into the bomb site, but taking that extra moment to clear behind. And Wildcard's going to buy right back up into this round. MP9s. Fuzi blinded, forced back, and taken down by Fame. And same with Stanislaus stepping into the Molotov, and Virtus.pro coming in with a little bit of assertiveness.
There goes a flash into the bottom B plate. Flit was caught by it, but protected by the smoke. He goes into the cubby. But Sonic is aware of that possibility, so he covers him off. 4v3. Still losable here for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, Jaba spotted Jame as well. I don't know if that information was there in return. A chance on this flank. The timing is everything, but a little too slow from Sonic. AK-47 recovered. And into the A bomb site we go. Wildcard might want to consider, they're going to come investigate, but if they don't get a clean kill on the opening engagement, they might want to consider saving the M4, saving the AK-47, because you Can still utilize those moving forward into the next round. No kits.
That's a big save here for Wildcard. Nothing left if they go down here. So the player you can leave around and put him in dangerous ways. Maybe Jabo, but even that, you don't want to lose the head armor. Kevlar, you got the MP9. It can work.
There's too many escape routes to really put him in a situation where he can catch a player just getting away from the bomb blast, right? You don't have control. You don't have push down mid. You don't have anything really useful. So back away. It'll be 3-0 for Virtus.pro. Recovering a tough 3v5. And now picking up the pace, being aggressive in a follow-up buy round. Wildcard did so much damage to the economy. They wanted to really keep that pressure on, but it's alleviated with this victory. Another buy from Wildcard.
Yeah, it's really solid. It's surprisingly solid.
Yeah, they shove their chips all in.
Surprising to see Wildcard with so much to play with, but you can see the importance of that save, and it works out very well for Wildcard.
The hard part is, I mean, if you lose this one, this economic tug-of-war, if it goes in the favor of Virtus.pro early on, all of a sudden it's going to be a while before the CT side can really get settled.
You've already allowed 3 rounds to go against him. Your Stanislaw aggressive. Oh, worked out a second transfer back. That is huge from Stanislaw.
That's actually lovely. That's how the second round started with Susp. His push with the MP9. Let's see if VP can recover it again. It's 3v4. And stepping through the smoke is one, but Fame's found an avenue into the bomb site.
Fuzi not going to pull in front of the smoke. Decides to go back in behind it at long, and Sus burning. Goodbye.
That's a sick Molotov that Fame just threw.
It's worked out real well, especially with that kill going through the smoke and long. Fuzi to go down, leaving a 2v3 ahead of Wildcard to retake into this. And you talked about the ramifications of losing this round for Wildcard, allowing Virtus.pro to break their money and start to pull away with this lead on the T side. Jabe finally taken out by Sonic. That unleashes Jaba to take a kill down the ramp, but it's a 1v1, and he doesn't know where Flit is. Surely, he's got to think about Cave, he's got to think about Short. He has no idea where Flit is playing from into this post plant, and the patience, it is paying off for Flit as Jaba has not stuck the defuse. He now goes back to it, and Flit begins to activate, but the time, it eludes Jaba, and so will his head, as a 4-0 scoreline rings out for Virtus.pro. And they've got Wildcard on the ropes. At least they've got enough monies again to
They might buy again.
Yeah.
They might just do it one more time. It's going to be a timeout call to talk things over, but they have the money if they want to force in. I'm going to have to go back and make note of that Fame Molotov. I love that thing.
Yeah, that was great. It spread in the corner. Sus couldn't get away from it.
Safely thrown, goes through the boards as well, all the way towards Cave. Lovely little piece of utility. Ruins the day for Susp.
Well, Vin's having to get on the mic here for Wildcard. A lot of competitive rounds, none of them going their way. Vin's actually a Polish coach behind Wildcard.
For all the struggles aside, and I've been pretty heavily critical from Virtus.pro throughout their entire run through the RMRs and now the opening stage. I mean, this is a team that obviously knows how to play mid-rounds, and as you mentioned earlier, tons of experience. So you get this team starting to play well and look good, individually stepping up. There's still a world in which they can be dangerous. It just seems so far away because of the eye test of what we've seen thus far.
We called this one the FURIA buy, right? Because earlier in the year, FURIA were going these MP9 half buys. They're still very potent, and that's what Wildcard decided to do. I like the idea. James' aggression combined with the A push has worked out very well for Wildcard to get the opener, but it does provide a lot of information to Virtus.pro.
Yeah, VP's just going to crank up the aggression towards this B bomb site. 2 spotted coming down mid, 2 spotted coming out A main. You're going to know there's maybe just 1 defender at this bomb site, and VP's just going to waltz up for a free plant, free control. Flit keeping his eyes on the flank, and another Molotov when that smoke subsides.
Oh, that's a huge grenade. Stanislaw blasted away.
Yep, see ya.
Get out of there with the AK-47. Not allowed. Sonic can pick it up though as he runs back over towards Elbow to pick up the AK-47. So you'll save that, and for Wildcard, could do a little bit of damage. 2 kills picked up, but it was all about the buy in the next round here.
You ain't saving anything if you're Wildcard. Electronic already knows what's happening and it's just spammed down through the smoke. Sonic is found, and Fuzi's just been chilling behind the cube with nothing to do this whole time. Well done from VP.
having competitive rounds where you do damage and get into winnable situations is all well and good for Wildcard, but not winning any of them is just allowing the scoreline to build for Virtus.pro. So we need to see them win a round now for Wildcard. AWP is coming out for FUZI. Yeah,
you get all the way to round 6 before you really get the full buy of everything you could possibly want. AWP is going to be out in their hands. But VP looking comfortable. Not panicking in any situation. And they got money beneath them as well. 5-0.
Jaba. Works out well for him. Combined nade damage to take out Electronic, but James just spams him down through the smoke at elbow, and Jaba's caught under the boxes. And Susp needed to win that duel to make sure that the B bomb site was held. Ooh. And nearly cashed him is Norbert.
Yep, now they've got themselves in a good advantage with weaponry as well. Around they need to close out, but Susp is so low, it's going to pull Stanislav back from Jaguar and Cave to bolster this B defense. They're going to play retake. Towards mid we go, and a crossfire is being set up. Sonic is going to burn, but FUZI's up about to be put into play finally.
Stanislav smoked out at red. We know VP are very capable of using the time available to them, but the head was spotted. Norbert should have been detected here. Susp not reacting though, and Norbert just peeks right into him.
And this is the style of VP that's made them dangerous that we didn't see them really playing earlier on. A lot of their early games in the RMRs, in the opening stage, a lot of defaults, a lot of slow pace, and not a whole lot of action on the map, and then executing. This round, finally, they've taken advantage of all the action, all the trades that's come out the map to find the gap in the defense to slip through. Good opening kill from Norbert to get them into this 2v2 post plant.
James tucked in the cubby, nowhere to go, nowhere to feel at home. So Norbert wraps around the back, and that ult for FUZI will chime in. A double on the close, and Wildcard finally collect their first round victory here in Ancient.
Yeah, well done. It's still going to be damaging to the money. They're not out of the woods just yet. 2 weapons brought into the next round. Good double nade onto Electronic's position. And everyone answering the call when their engagements come in. Even Sonic winning one with an extended spray inside the Molotov. But it's FUZI's up to close the deal over the flames and reading the flank from Norbert.
Mid on the charge, Fame burning. He'll make his way under the boxes. Oh. Stanislav taking a shot to the ass. Wants to make sure he's protected behind the wall. But he goes into the fight now. Electronic spotted towards elbow, but Fame, he knows the has to deal with him, and so Stanislav perfectly with fast-moving feet is able to get himself around that corner, plant his feet in time, and get the kill on Fame. So 5v4 established here for Wildcard.
That's a nice reposition from Stanislav. Fame was so dedicated to hunting him out, rooting him out of that spot they knew he was in, but the reposition completely wrecks him, and Fame chases him into an unfavorable fight. However, this is how you can give an advantage back. Stanislav in a 5v4 pushing close up. Susp is going to help try and take attention over at the broken wall.
Stanislav waits for his time to strike again. Norbert and Electronic just on the other side. Flash is coming up, releasing Stanislav into the fight, but Norbert got around the corner just in time, and so Stanislav realizes that window of opportunity has now closed.
Bomb not spotted. If they try and reposition in towards Cave, oh, this could be dangerous. Forced in by the Molotov into the open. Good equalizer found as the defense tries to reconvene elsewhere. So FUZI gets aggressive, swings out, finds Jame at elbow. The swing from heaven is there, but taken care of.
He got the second. That is huge from FUZI that was able to get a second out of it. And now they continue to try and push it, but FUZI could get more. They decide to stop. They go back in. Susp with a headshot. Norbert to trade it, and it's a 1v4 total for Norbert. 15 seconds left on this clock, and he realizes no winning this one. AK goes back behind the doors. He'll hang on to that. And FUZI, since this AWP has come out, 2 rounds in a row now, he's got a double.
Yeah, bailed them out of some tough situations. Against that AWP, Virtus.pro, these slow clears in the mid-round are being punished. Really well done by FUZI. Making all the difference in the world for his team. All right, Wildcard coming back into it, showing some life.
And they grinded the money down for Virtus.pro as well, right? We've got an AK here for Norbert that he was able to save, but everybody else is going to be on pistols. Wildcard, great opportunity for 3 rounds here. They shouldn't let this one slip.
It's been a lot of B ramp pushes for this defense.
Now for the T side as well. As Norbert goes up halfway to the B ramp, he'll take a pause, tuck himself in the corner.
Stanislaw doesn't know. Stanislaw doesn't know, Norbert. Oh, good job. Susp and Sonic. And now here's that aggression yet again. Flip, back turn, easy kill, out of ammunition, and eventually goes down, but the damage is done. The round is sealed.
Yeah, 1 AK, 4 pistols for VP. Not expected to get much done, but there was an opportunity presented for just a moment, but closed by Wildcard. Money's still not great here for VP, even after a round where they just wait for the cash to grow. You know, James down on $3,400 here. Not looking too pretty. So we know VP are a conservative team when it comes to the economy, but they're going to buy
Not anymore. Apparently not anymore.
And it's going to buy. They got to throw everything into this.
Might want to take a timeout with this kind of a buy. Make sure you're all on the same page. Got to get right into it. Utility will be a problem for VP down the stretch. They're really struggling to maintain B lane control. Wildcard putting a lot of pressure on it. This time they're going to run through right towards heaven. Another push from Susp, held off by the Molotov, but Jaba's got one in middle, add a second on top. And now Wildcard's really building into this half, getting some confidence beneath the individuals, and Virtus.pro's on the back foot.
I love how they've stuck to the game plan, because very early on when they weren't winning rounds, it was still this similarity of being disruptive, being aggressive on the CT side. But as soon as they've got the money out, they've continued the aggression, and it's working out. VP aren't allowed to play their slow style because they're just getting barraged with players and utility so early into these rounds, and you're conceding these opening picks.
There are no nades for Virtus.pro now.
It's something that a lot of teams have struggled to figure out, right? It's how do you stylistically match up against VP? How do you disallow them to control the game on the T side? They're going to try and fight their way through, and they've done a very good job at a 3v3, evening things out. Bomb plan coming in for Fame. Stanislaw sipping his way out, getting decapitated.
What a brutal way to lose. 5v3 and give way too much space to Virtus.pro, trying to tuck into the corners. The timing is just perfect for VP to see everything they need. 4 clean kills straight for Virtus.pro to steal this round out of the hands of Wildcard.
I don't understand, Jason. It's just that you're in a 3v5. They did walk into the B bomb site, and they get those kills back, and they don't lose a single player from that point.
They got to the point where it was like, we have such an advantage, don't give anything up, don't give any picks, and they were so scared of giving away a pick that they gave all the room for VP to just walk into the B bomb site. 1 boosted, they thought still Virtus.pro was going to be back on ramp. They never spotted the 2 coming up ramp in front of the boost, and that timing is what ruined the defensive setup.
Yeah, you're going to be frustrated about losing rounds like that if you're Wildcard.
Yeah, both players tucked into corners and just getting wrecked. Stanislaw then assuming that it's going to be a default plant, and Fame's able to swing wide and make it an awkward fight. Second timeout used by Wildcard. What a gift for VP, and they even get a free op out of it.
Yeah, Jame will be very happy about that. Yeah, because they were just throwing everything they had into that round. And the fact that VP's buy was weak, they didn't have a whole lot of nades, and they lose the first 2 opening kills, you're just going, okay, this round's done. Surely there's no way VP able to get back into this, but you can never really underestimate the power of how hard these VP players can hit headshots. Wildcard shrink away, allowing VP back into the round. So 6-3, buys back here for Wildcard. They've had their coach Vince have his sight. And a great grenade, Split losing half of his health. Swing from Stanislaw. Aggression this time is not going to work out from the CT side.
Oh, another mistiming.
Oh, no.
Speaking of which, exactly. Awkward. And once again, another advantage situation for Wildcard. 4 versus 3. and they've tracked the red room play that FURIA has handled. He's getting all the impact kills for Wildcard. This might be game time.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you're on to something there, Jason. FURIA, some great impact. 3 rounds now where he's had a double kill.
Using the timing that smoke over towards Donut to just sprint over to the B bomb site. No Jame time right now, it looks like. Norbert and Jame going to give this a shot at the B site. Another contact play, boost Jame up, let him cover the long peak, and allow the AK-47 to go for a kill. Only 20 seconds with which to pull this off.
Well, perhaps it's about to be another kind of Jame time. Norbert watching for FURIA to come up towards heaven. He's got that info early now, 10 seconds. It has to be the same. So they're going to back away. Jame will bring the AWP to safety. Jabe's on the hunt. See if he can catch Jame. Wasn't too far off, but Jame realizes perhaps the best form of defense is attack. Takes the shot and fends them off. Hangs on to the AWP for the next round here. Wildcard back to winning ways.
I like that they held themselves back from really hunting down that AWP aggressively. They couldn't afford to take a whole lot of losses. Flit never expected the follow-up push from Susp and FURIA in middle, and CT Spawn handling the red room play. Magnificent. Wildcard is within 2.
Seems like this one is a tech issue, but it's fixed, and we're good to go. Reminder of the veto: Ancient picked by Virtus.pro, Inferno picked by Wildcard. The third and final map, if we required it, is going to be Anubis. Inferno's got to feel good for Wildcard. We know that they've been able to put some good shifts in over there.
Yeah, the win over Liquid in the Americas RMR. A good battle against Liquid in the opening stage. Fast towards the A bomb site. VP haven't done this yet. The change of pace. This is one of the dangers that we figured this VP team would be able to bring out. The slow, tactical, suffocating style of Jame with a little bit of electronics, aggressive, assertive calls mixed in. Here in this round with a pair of Tech 9s, it's netted them an easy free plant, and now they just got to hold on.
Can Wildcard pull off this retake? You got 4 players coming through Donut, and they're coming in fast. Jabo, great headshot onto Electronic. Jame able to follow up, and the numbers stay even. Oh, Jame goes out again. Big shot for the big box, and Jabo boxing his way straight through this post plant, but it's Norbert on the triple. Beautiful display of mechanics from Norbert to close out all 3 final frags.
Yeah, James sold Wildcard a dream. They thought once they cleared him out, big box would be open. Their own smoke to activate that retake betrayed them. They had no information in the temple and big box area. And Norbert is able to just chill while Jame does the hard work initially. Norbert comes in to clean it up after the fact. Crispy headshots as he swings out wide. Lovely round off the fast A call. And that lead extends to 3 and buries Wildcard in a really rough buy.
1 M4 in the hands of FURIA. We talk about his impact he's had here in the second half. They require that again. Jame making no secret about his presence in A main, perhaps trying to sell more presence than is really there. Meanwhile, Electronic poking and prodding his way around this B defense. Stanislaw will be the first player around the corner. Electronic unable to handle the pistol, but they're not going to check for the second player, and so Susp is given the beautiful opportunity of catching players looking the wrong way. Now he tucks in the corner, waits for the flash, and a brilliant team play from Wildcard to be able to take Flit out of the equation. And so Fame must battle his way back into this round alongside Jame, who is patiently waiting at the bottom of the B ramp with a bomb on his back.
Man, it's really impressive the way Wildcard has been able to make these low buys so dangerous for VP every single time they've done it, whether it's MP9s, whether it's 5.7s. They've been able to put VP in tough spots. Now, they've worked themselves out of it a couple times. This one feels like a tough ask, especially with the proactive play through Cave. Fame just about slips behind the box in time. And Wildcard blind in the fog of war of Ancient.
But how quick do they push this B flank? Do they keep going? And I think you can see they're aware of the team they're going up against. They're worried about the double doors, someone waiting patiently for that very mistake. And so VP given the time to start making their way up the ramp. But Sus hears the utility being used, and here comes the flank around the back. James is down, so it's all onto Fame, and he can't close it. Sus will close it 5 for Wildcard at the half.
4 kills in the round for Sus. Beautiful performance, starting on that 5-7, grabbing an AK-47 over in the cubby. And as you mentioned, the beautiful flash and team play. Pretty darn good half for Wildcard considering how this started. 0-5 down at one point. 5-2 run to close things out. Still advantage for Virtus.pro, but able to battle back.
And a number of those initial rounds actually felt very competitive as well, right? There were situations where you think Wildcard could have won it.
Yep.
They were doing a lot of damage with their aggressive maneuvers down B. Overall, very exciting CT side display here from Wildcard.
And they'll be no stranger to playing with the deficit. Had to come back in a number of games so far on their path in the RMRs and opening stage.
This is a great final round for Sus.
And let's see what Stanislaw is going to have game plan for this T side. A lot of love for one of North America's oldest and last remaining in-game leaders. He's got a task ahead of him here, starting with the pistol.
The great thing about Stanislaw as well is the fact that sure he calls a great game, but he can also frag. He's not a liability in that department to the same extent as other in-game leaders.
I think the great thing about Stanislaw is him saying, I never once considered going to Valorant. Shout out to our boy.
Yeah, that is the best.
Yeah.
You're right.
He's like, I never even considered it. Counter-Strike's my game. I live and breathe it.
And he's Canadian.
Well,
Norbert on the
nobody's perfect.
double with a duel run. Jaba fighting his way forward with that Glock, and look at this little gap. It's perfect for Fame. Oh, he wishes his bullets were perfect though. Flip moves in though, occupies the space that his teammate once held, and it's an absolutely chaotic pistol round. But here he goes. Why not try 3 times into the smoke? Electronic finally getting a kill out of that awkward scenario, and Fuzi's getting out of there. He's like, I want nothing to do with this.
That position is cursed. Like, what a huge, easy gap to. You're loving that if you slide into the position, but apparently bullets don't work. Now, Electronic has the great read. Oh, all the way to Temple. When do you walk?
He walks now.
I don't think Fuzi has any idea.
Look how fast he is. Now he just jumps out. He leaps out. So Fuzi knows exactly where Electronic is, and the confidence will not pay off for Electronic as he goes down to Fuzi with yet another hero round from Fuzi and a pistol round needed for Wildcard.
I guess Electronic might have thought that he'd been hurt. He'd been hurt and he wanted to catch it right out of the plant, but he just mistimed it. This cubby, man, bullets just disappear. It's the Bermuda Triangle of pistol rounds. You just don't know where anything
Straight
goes.
into the void.
I've never seen what seems such easy kills for professional players go awry.
And it's the added fact of you've just killed someone there. You're not expecting someone else to show up.
And then you're not expecting the third player.
Yeah, exactly.
And even he misses shots.
Disastrous for Virtus.pro. No force buy here. We're looking at a tied scoreline.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that?
I don't believe it, Jason. Not at all. Not one bit. Scoreline tied up, 7-7 apiece. It's going to be Virtus.pro getting the bye back, though. Not a good flash. There's been better flashes.
Tough angle to deal with, but yeah, would have liked it to be a little bit better. Still, I think even if they're blind, you could just hold down the trigger in that scenario, and it'd be all fine. 7-7, we're tied up, and the rifles come out. A pair of MAC-10s for Wildcard. They might want to keep the pace high.
A little bit of body block as that smoke towards the B double doors canceled out. They get to do utility instead towards ramp, and Jaba, look how fast this is. He's in donut. He's already feasting.
Hello.
I wonder if they heard his footsteps. He got in there with the quickness. Fame and Jame. Close to A main, and it doesn't look like any of them are concerned about Donut in any sense. Obviously, there's no way for Wildcard to know it. And on this timing, Fane's going to look back.
Oh, God.
Oh, he quick switched away.
Yeah, that was the worst time for that.
Yeah, but now James alone, and he's got to push forward through the smoke, hide inside of it, buy time, stay alive as long as possible. Bomb not planted just yet. Wildcard want to deal with him, and they will. Flank from Susp a little bit early.
Oh, Jaber spotting Donut as well, so Electronic knows he's in that position, but utility lit into this round for Wildcard is perfectly placed towards CT, and that
I wouldn't say perfectly. That's
the molly smoke, yeah.
But the smoke is so shallow, it can't allow them to slide in behind the default boxes, and I think Wildcard has to be really worried about that.
Yeah, I'm watching it. No one from VP utilizing it. Norbert's just slipped out silently out of the temple. No one's watching that. That's the biggest problem for them. Electronic able to come through. Sonic gone, and Jaber left in Donut. He was last spotted by Electronic. So Flit's come to deal with that problem, and he should get it done in just a second. So there's Flit to grab the 8th round for VP.
Sonic had to have such... That's the issue with that smoke, is Sonic had to have such an eye and a desperate way to protect the planter from someone sliding through and peeking up behind the boxes that he wasn't keeping track of Temple, because they had to get that bomb planted with that utility in place, just a little bit shallow, and it makes Sonic have to really reconsider how he wants to play this scenario. And then the evacuation, because they don't have the timing on Temple. That's a brutal sequence of events caused by what seems to be a small mistake that has huge consequences.
Electronic, aggressive.
I'm glad chat heard that little hello that we got in our ears as well.
I was like, am I hearing things, Jason? Hello? Hello to you, Fame, as he gets a double kill. It says goodbye to Sonic and Sus. Jaber able to come fighting forward. Stanislaw, okay. You love that. Big shot on Flit. Now Norbert and James left in a 2v3 to flip back, but it's going to be tough as Wildcard have so much time left on this clock.
These rounds are so brawly early on. It's awesome.
Hello?
Well, all three reconvened to the A bomb site, A main. Stanislaw just keeping things simple. Why make it complicated? Spreading around the map, trying to throw fakes. Just group up, play the trade game with the man advantage. You got a smoke for CT spawn. You have Fuzi's op that can cover off Temple. But keeping it silent until they make contact. And Virtus.pro is going to be surprised when this bomb gets planted. And this should just end up being a save for James and Norbert.
Big ol' save time.
8-8.
Yep. Money's not in it.
Money's not great for VP, but they're going to buy in the next round. Flit will have enough cash for the M4. Fame will be able to get, maybe an MP9 with some utility. Electronic's going to be the one most hurt by this. Although you could drop a rifle over to him if you wanted to forget about utility. So there's some options for Virtus.pro, but Wildcard sticking in this fight long enough, and we're getting to that stage of the game where if you break the CT economy at the right moment, it makes for some very desperate fights.
They are so brawly. These rounds just fight after fight. Timeout required. The first timeout for VP.
And the Americas were born in brawly Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
We love a good brawl of Counter-Strike.
VP used to a more controlled start to these rounds as well. Not getting that. Not allowed. Speaking of Americas, here Flom's watching this game, Jason. Hoping for some North American victories today.
Flom's watching?
Yeah.
What's up, Flom?
I don't see any signs out there saying, the usual.
F Flom?
Yeah, that would be the one.
Yeah. It's all endearment anyways.
The Chinese big fans.
8-8. And here is that sketchy buy. FAMAS dropped over. 3 M4s, 5-7 on Electronic. Missed Molotov as well, which allows Fuzi this angle. Thankfully, no one's going towards Cave and Jaguar from Virtus.pro, or else they might be surprised with an AWP in their face. But if they try and come into it late, he's already got the angle. And he can cover a teammate walking through the hole. Good damage onto Sus, but there's a good amount of map control. Oh, that's a banger.
Here comes Sus. Low HP, Norbert, he's got that one locked in, no problem. And so VP, even with weaker weapons, have now put themselves into a better spot. Wildcard have to try and flip a 3v5 back in their favor, and Electronic starting to clear A main, gathering essential information here for VP that no one is positioned towards A main at all. Everyone from Wildcard still stalled out towards B, and that bomb is still a long way off. Sonic would have to go back and get it. He also has to be the man to throw the utility into the B bomb site. Should be enough forces here to deal with any threat.
It's got to be a bummer for Wildcard that those two players go down at B doors, well, obviously, but also it just completely negates all the control they've gained towards Cave. Those guys are like, oh, we have such a great position, but two players are down, and you're like, okay, all of a sudden, they're not focused on B ramp anymore. We don't have the opening or the timing that we thought we did. And the map is closed. Electronic with this push out A main is mid's clear, red room's clear. They'll take the risk that Donut's clear. And 4 players, even with no utility, this is an overwhelming defense. Sanazal's going to try and alleviate the pressure, getting aggressive. There's the swing, and he can only get the one. Even with the trade from Fuzi, it doesn't matter. And he's going to go down at the end as well.
Electronic grabs AWP. Fuzi goes down before the time, so it's not worst case scenario, but it certainly isn't pretty, as the money for Wildcard is not in a good spot.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot from Flit. Virtus.pro is like, look, you guys were pushing down B ramp the entire first half. We'll show you we can do it as well. Great double kill sequence of events, annihilating all the plans of Wildcard. 9-8, just when Wildcard tied things up and have themselves a chance at devastating VP's economy, they rip it right back. And now it's Wildcard on the Tech-9s, bought down completely.
Bomb is alone at the front of the A main position. And here comes the smokes over the top in towards Donut, but no one from Wildcard electing to use them. Instead, they want to go in towards middle. Red smoke out. Oh, great grenade. A lot of damage done onto multiple players here for Wildcard, but they do get into the Donut. And now the A split is being set up. Can Jane handle it? Out of Donut, they go right into his scope. Shot lands to the legs, and Fame will finish off 2. Stanislaw and Jaba stuck in A main. They never got out, and now they're being watched through the temple, so they jump by Fame. He still gets the kill with the rifle, despite requiring his last bullet. Jaba has nowhere to go. Can't get through the Fame Jane combo. 10 rounds will ring out for Virtus.pro.
I think VP is starting to get the sense that if they don't engage in these early round brawls too much and they don't lose players, Wildcard's eventually just going to have to execute so they can save their utility for when that smoke, those smokes go up. You can see the timing of it. They're like, okay, Donut smoke, James going to fall back. Okay, Red Room just got smoked. Let's dump some nades into these points of attack. Avoid playing Wildcard's game altogether, especially when they know the economy is low, which it is again. It has to be a save for Wildcard with no plant, no kills, and no motivation to force buy. Virtus.pro up by 2, about to be 3.
Here comes the charge up the ramp. It's fast to the B side, trying to get a plant if nothing else. And the plant is there and start the smoke. It's a great maneuver for Wildcard. Some speed to get something out of nothing.
Yeah, goal accomplished for Wildcard. Bonus money across the team. But Stanislaw better have some pocket calls ready to go because they need 3 to tie things up, and they're just 2 rounds away from dropping this first map.
When you throw that lurk smoke into the B bomb site, unless you have a CT who is either barraging ramp with utility or is playing in front of the smoke or around the pillars, it's almost impossible to stop that bomb plant a lot of the time from going down inside of the lurk smoke.
Especially with a string of flashbangs coming in, right?
Yeah.
You have the chance you can break it open, you can just spam into it and hope you get lucky, but with the flashbangs coming in, VP's more concerned with staying alive and not letting the round go to waste. They're just saying, fine, have the plant, as long as we don't get killed, give up guns, give up space at this bomb site, we should be just fine, especially against just the Glocks. So third and final timeout for Vins in Wildcard. Take a moment to talk things over. You could even see in that sequence, Flit wants to swing out and spam the smoke, but when he realizes they're swinging wide onto the bomb site, he's got to preserve his life more than stop the plant. Round 20. 5 AK-47s, plenty of util for Wildcard.
Out mid. Red smoke. Not in place. And so Sonic wants to just duel with Electronic. Sends a couple of bullets his way. Electronic elects to get away from that fight.
Deep lurk smoke at the B bomb site for Wildcard made the defense a little bit nervous. Oh, Sonic gets caught jumping up, brought very, very low, down to 23 HP. He's gonna have to play supportive, perhaps watch flanks, watch for the response. Hope his teammates can get the job done inside the site. Red room smoked to indicate they want to fall back towards mid and attack towards Donut. Virtus.pro not fooled, and they're playing far back, waiting for the set piece. Molotovs and nades to harass and delay any kind of bomb plant inside the site. Hard thing too is now you can see Wildcard switch into this style where they get Stanislaus some advanced position in red room to go for a lurk later on in the round, but the fact that VP is playing retake, they can keep attention on that kind of a play. Flit is committed to making sure nobody can punish from red room. There's the peak. Oh, he's a little bit more shallow, but the kill does come out in their favor.
In the meantime, Wildcard have taken his B bomb site. Plank coming in with just enough time, and Fuzi going aggressive. Flash around the corner, and Norbert with 3. The blink of an eye, he's got a triple kill locked in, and all of the dreams of Wildcard vanish.
Where was the third? Are all 3 of them? Oh, that was his first kill. Oh, no, they did all line up. Oh, Jesus.
Jesus, Norbert, that's a big old play.
Those flashbangs thrown out just prevent Wildcard from scaling comfortably and just line them up for old Norby. 18 and 8 for Norbert, 21 kills for Fame, and 12 rounds for VP.
Damn, Norbert's having a game. Oh, this game was very close for Wildcard. They were in it for such a long time, but it's just at the tail end here that they've lost control of it. They've lost their standing. They've got to really fight back to get into this. And the weapons they have is a Mac 10 for Stanislaus, Galil's on 2. And you are looking at a relatively weak buy here for Wildcard. Fuzi trying to get aggressive. Great play. He gets in towards Jag. He takes out Flit inside a cave. And they've got an opening to work with and some space.
It's an early advantage they haven't had for some time, given up by Susp. Norbert continues his reign of terror. Utility out is going to force out defensive response. But Wildcard's not committed. Bomb is rotating back across mid towards the A bomb site. Sonic throws out the CT smoke.
Electronic waits inside of the cubby. He's going to be taken out by Fuzi. Great shot again from Fuzi. He's taking everything into his own hands. 3 kills locked in the round, and we were talking about his impact in the first half. Starting to feel it now here.
Yeah, delivering it when they needed most with their map on the line. So 9th round for Wildcard. They got a lot more to do with 3 rounds remaining to force overtime. And unfortunately for them, they haven't done nearly as much economic damage as they would like. At one point, Virtus.pro was on the verge of being broken. Now they've got so much cash to outlast any kind of a run Wildcard have.
Oh.
That doesn't help.
No. Norbert gonna hang on. I mean, it's unlikely you turn that into consistent success, right? With Fuzi being able to just run up the B lane. Oh, Norbert goes down at the end. Good little steal away here from Fuzi. That's a 4K total in the round for him, but like I said, it's hard to replicate that success, right? You're not going to get Fuzi sprinting through all the nades up B lane and getting into cave before Flit. But it's a great round to just give you some life again.
Yeah, at this point, it's whatever it takes. Fuzi gets the job done for Wildcard, forces a second timeout out of Virtus.pro to talk things over. But still should be pretty comfortable with the money they have built up. Up on Jame. Rifles and utility on everybody else.
Great work from Fuzi. Something different. Brilliant kills worked by him. First fight against Flit is the hardest. You sustain a lot of damage, and then every duel after, you have to be picture perfect, and he was. Giving them a whole lot of love. Comes the mid-play from Jaba. Now into the open. Sus with a great shot towards the bottom of the ramp. Jame taken out first. Oh! That's a dangerous game you're playing, Electronic, and Sonic punishes.
Yeah, flip a coin. Went the wrong way for Electronic. And now a big advantage. Fame is going to take the moment to push A main. And if he can get this information quickly, maybe VP get motivated to go for this. Flit and Norbert can rotate over to the B bomb site. 2 players mounting defense. You take the risk that nobody's going to be coming middle, and you allow Fame's flank. Whatever utility they have, it must be there to harass and slow this down. It's a cool way to smoke off cave. Yep, now you've caused chaos. Fame taking some attention away, but can't win the follow-up fight. Susp runs him down. Meanwhile, Sonic has slipped into Red Room and spotted one. But he can be the pivot point. His teammates can fall back, and he can hold on to CT spawn, deny access to the other side of the map for Virtus.pro. And this should be another round win for Wildcard getting into double digits.
Yeah, hard to see a way in which they lose this now. Probably going to be a safe call. But you have a lot of money for VP, so you might want to inflict some damage here as they move forward a little bit. Norbert in the back lines, Flit all the way down towards doors. I think you're just so far away from this to become a reality, so just carry those M4s over into the next. Flit just looking around if there's a better weapon down on the ground, but there is not. So, they actually got an AK, so there is. So that will end up being a 10th round win for Wildcard, and they have a chance for overtime. 2 rounds in a row from this point onwards.
Yeah, they're just doing it the hard way with all these buys that Virtus.pro have to work with. Opening kill on a Jame. Electronic going down next to the spam battle through smoke from Sonic, and I like the fact that they're maintaining a hunt. Any weapon you can take away is going to be valuable. But Virtus.pro tucked in tight.
And they hold on to 1 AK. There is money left over. You can obviously get the AWP out again for Jame. That's what you mentioned. The fact that Wildcard, if they're gonna get overtime, they're gonna have to fight through Virtus.pro buy after buy.
Yeah, and even those hunts at the end really don't have that much of an impact. Just such a cushion economically speaking for Virtus.pro. That's still very, very strong. The cushion in terms of round scoreline is disappearing on the other hand, which is the worrying sign. I believe there's one more timeout for VP if they want to take it. 2 more chances to close this out.
This is a tech issue. So not the choice of VP to call for this, despite it being their problem. Looks like Electronic has closed the game down.
Just a quick restart.
Yeah. Usually very fast to get back into the game in these kind of situations. You see the coach there of VP. A little bit of drama with
reading his notes sideways.
Yeah, sideways. There was a previous, with the previous coach Zoma, he was part of the the 9 Pandas run at the previous RMRs. Now he's part of Aurora, but he was the VP coach for just a short stint there. It didn't exactly work out so well.
So had some coaching upheaval since Electronic came into the team. Obviously, Dastan was there at the start of things, moved out. Zoma was there for the short period of time, and
now Pashnoid, this is his first coaching role. Started in September 2024 here with VP.
Trying to find the right voice behind the squad.
Yeah, Pashnoid has more recent playing experience. I say recent. The last time he was playing was back in 2022, but not exactly the biggest names in terms of his career.
It's all right. You got all the name power in the lineup itself.
Exactly. I'd say he played for Unique and Spotted. Those are the two standout teams you might be familiar with from that.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. We all know those teams, Jason.
We all know them. How could we forget?
But we won't know XD or DNG, Jason. Those are not teams we're going to be that familiar with.
Those ones we got no clue about. But obviously within the region, probably very well known by the players.
Oh, yeah. Well, another game going on right now as well over on the A stream. That's GamerLegion versus Passion UA, and a very different story over there. It's quite a somber tone in this game. It's elimination, but over there it is the winner's
qualification.
Qualification, 2-1 record. GamerLegion versus Passion UA.
Passion's been a fun story. See if they can make it all the way through, which would have been unconceivable even coming into the RMRs. Done very well making a name for themselves. Hello. Timeout comes to an end. Tech issues resolved. Electronic back in and feeling good. Not when he hits tab. 9-16 for Electronic. Not up to our expectations of a player of his caliber.
No. Definitely not. Instant elbow smoke tossed out by Faye. Wildcard to focus back up. They are on the difficult path of pulling this back against 5 rounds against Virtus.pro.
This is cool. They've got Sonic out, activated in the smoke. An A hit coming in afterwards. They want the attention of James to be pulled towards the A bomb site, and it is. Sonic, it's all on this lurk, but James got you in his sights, not to be fooled, and a gap in the Molotov allows Fame to grab a double, and this gets shut down.
Yeah, that's great work from VP. Great awareness from James inside of the donut as well.
I really wanted that to work. I think it did to a certain extent. Obviously the kills don't go their way, but a very cool idea to slip Sonic into that position.
Round's done. James is stuck in the corner. Molly's going to force him into the open and low HP. He's finished off. James with a shot through the smoke. A 13-10 victory for VP. They will withstand against Wildcard. It gave them a dangerous game, especially in the first half. I thought they looked impressive on the CT side, made it uncomfortable for VP, but just wasn't enough in the end.
No, not really. I think that slow start really hurt them, going 0-5 in the economic battle as well. Calls were good recovery as well. The only times they really got into trouble is when they descended into exactly what Wildcard wanted, which was those really brawly openings, like fast-paced through utility, getting caught off guard. Once they kind of played it a little bit more safe and a little bit more passive to open up their CT rounds, things were all good. They handled business pretty darn well.
But here we go for elimination. Virtus.pro versus Wildcard here at the Perfect World Shanghai Major Inferno kicking off. We're expecting Wildcard to have some powers of recovery to get back into the series. And a lot of utility here on Susp and Fuzi. A play for Virtus.pro through the apartments, though. They're going to meet them head on in battle straight away. This is going to be a brawl. A couple of seconds into the pistol round. Jewel Beretta's doubled up, and Electronic comes away with 2.
What are you supposed to do about that? Even a USP and boiler just for good measure. Wildcard going to show like this is going to be a B attack, but they are blocked off by smoke. They've got to come through it. It's the USP again on Fame, and this attack is obliterated. Virtus.pro with the perfect setup for everything Wildcard wanted to do, and the round is done. Barely any damage taken, 1-0 for VP.
Yeah, perfect call really to deal with what Wildcard were throwing at them. We're going to say it again, but Electronic, he had his teammate in behind him, didn't even necessarily need his teammate, but it was enough of a distraction to allow the Jewel Berettas to get both of those kills, and clean shooting from Faye. That's what he can do. I mean, Electronic is hoping for a better performance than he was able to put in on map 1, right? This is a really quiet showing. I think you would have been crazy if you said a couple of years ago, Electronic's going to struggle to frag against Stanislav, Fuzi, Sonic, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd be looking at, you're crazy, but that's the world we live in now.
I know it is. But at least they got the dub. It's all that matters is the scoreboard at the top of the screen. Utility is out. Wildcard, oh, they pass each other through the smokes. Do they realize? It feels like they realize. It feels like they know. Flit's gonna...
Ooh, no, he's not. He had you in the first half, Jason.
No, they do know. They do know they backed off, and the banana player is gonna come back. Yeah, Subs was like, I ran into somebody.
Oh my god, he's in CT having a fight. And it's worked out pretty well. Subs goes back to clear out Flit, and it all works out well for Wildcard. Disaster strikes the B-bomb site for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, and that's the round. We know VP's gonna save this one. So backing away from the fight, bomb gets planted. And that's a tied up scoreline as Wildcard respond immediately after the pistol. Little bit of trickery. I didn't catch how Jayla got into CT spawn, but that's a big gap to find in a 5v5. Had to have been like, how the hell is this guy here?
Man, too many holes in the defense set for VP. I gotta be frustrated about letting that one slide. Flash goes into banana. Norbert has a peek, but hanging on to 3 weapons isn't the worst case scenario here for VP.
No, especially 2 M4s. Now you can replenish it with utility. Sure, Flame and Flit are gonna have to drop down to probably pistols or MP9s, but those M4s with nades are gonna help you have a pretty strong defensive setup going into this round. So not out of it just yet as Wildcard, but it's a good start.
And it was a pretty brawly start over on Ancient as well. But these close rounds for Wildcard made it difficult for Virtus, but never went Wildcard's way when it came to this economy battle. And this time it's working much better. Wildcard get the opening fight. Susp just sprints up banana. He takes 96 damage, but he still comes out on top of Fame.
And very quickly back to the A-bomb. So remember, Stanislaw is going to keep this T side pretty simple. As we saw in Ancient, they're not always going to spread around the map and try and let individuals or 2-man groups make a play. It's going to be grouped up, with, especially with the man advantage, to play the trade game. Stanislaw clears out Cubby. Good kill onto Jame, who had no support, no information whatsoever. And now Electronic in a very similar situation.
It's an awkward situation here for Electronic. But can he make the most out of it? Low HP on Sus, but he's going to clear him. Oh! Electronic, he gets back to it. Jaba able to trade out Electronic down, but getting 1 kill out of the 4 HP isn't going to be enough, and so Wildcard, they're going to pick this one up.
It was Jabo who threw him under the bus. Jabo making the footsteps, running through halls past the window, caused Electronic to turn over. Now, thankfully, he's there for the trade, and Electronic, desperate as he knows they've taken over the bomb site as well. Sus will be fine with it. He's like, whatever, you got the trade, we got the round win, it's all good. FAMAS and M4 saved over at the B bomb site, and 2-1 lead for Wildcard. And I don't think they ever had the lead on Ancient. I think the closest they got was just tying things up, but Virtus.pro, every time they got close, was able to respond.
Oh.
Terrorists win.
Always saving something at Virtus.pro. You've got the M4, you've got the FAMAS, but it's not a whole lot around us. You would imagine there would be 0 investment. This is Sus' early fight.
I mean, the take is so clean. Even when Jame goes down, they don't budge. They're like, all right, Electronic, give us a miracle, or this round's just done. Especially in the early stages of the CT side, we know VP is going to play it really conservative and pick and choose which rounds they go for.
AKs, 1 M4A1, and a Mac 10 for Wildcard as they maintain superiority when it comes to weapons. Flip looking to use one of those saved rifles down banana. Takes a few shots through the car. He's going to start rotating that rifle back over towards A and hope that a 4-stack on this side of the map works out for a round victory for Virtus.pro. Doesn't even necessarily have to be a round victory, but it's just the amount of damage that you can get down here.
Well, they're taking a gamble. All 5 players going to be at the A bomb site. Wildcard not motivated to hunt at the B bomb site as well, just deeply looking for a push at the base of Banana. And Wildcard's coming right into the stack. Now they have the smoke in play to go in towards CT spawn and avoid this entirely, and that's exactly what they'll do.
That's going to be frustrating for Virtus.pro. Wildcard gives them the tease, made it look like they were going to go in towards the A site. They stack all 5 players there. Wildcard avoid it perfectly. So 3-1. In terms of score, for Virtus.pro, they've got 2 weapons you can save again if you want, and the rest can be sent out or act as bodyguards. So Virtus.pro are going to be buying in the next round.
It's one of them unicorn rounds where really no engagements have occurred until just now. Good shot. Stanislaw dispatches one, sees another. He wants the bonus money with the MAC-10. Up above, though, is an M4. So shut down quickly. And now no more motivation to hunt. Let him have the weapons.
And a much better start here for Wildcard. I think you're going to be very happy about this. If you think about how close Ancient was, and consider the fact that they went down so heavily in the first set of round wins, they were always having to come back into the game. Whereas if Wildcard can start Inferno ahead like they are right now, it should be enough to get the job done.
It was one of my biggest criticisms for looking at their run through the Americas RMR where they shocked everyone to go 3-0. I think, you know, qualifying maybe not necessarily the craziest thing, but certainly the fashion in which they did it was like so many comebacks. Eventually that's not going to work out for you, and especially as competition increases and you go deeper and better teams are there, European teams now added into the mix, can't you keep looking at every map like you can come back in it and recover the situation. So yeah, playing from the front, let's see what Wildcard can do. It was their T side against Liquid the first time around at the Americas RMR where they came back on the T side. They showed a very effective offense on the map, so if they keep building up into it the way they are, Virtus.pro could be in trouble. Op is out in the hands of Jame.
Let's see what he can do with it. Chance hit a number of historical moments on Inferno. So let's see what he's able to do. We smoked out it long. He's going to drift his way back, and seen all the smokes come in because Wildcard are coming at this fast. Into the A-bomb site with some haste. And so Norbert waits in the site, taking distraction away from Electronic, who gets a double, making 3 off the balcony, finally removed by Fuzi. But there's a lot more to do. This young Swede, he'll fake the plant straight away, now commit to it, realizing his chances run thin. Now this will be an extremely beautiful clutch if he's able to pull it off. Jame and Fame doubled up at short, and Jame is waiting for the aggression, waiting for the peak, and that's exactly what Fuzi provides.
That's a beautiful smoke dropped by Norbert. Fast pace from Wildcard, trying to catch this defense off guard, maybe hoping and praying that a third player would be opening up at the B bomb site. It was still just a 2-man defense, but Electronic is just a monster up on balcony. All attention taken away by taken by Norbert. And that smoke confusing everyone coming in for the trade kills. Impossible clutch for Fuzi, who had to take a risk and get aggressive somewhere right into James Op. Relatively clean round for VP, allows them to full buy into this, and now they can look to go on a run. Those are the kind of rounds, too, that were so deadly against Liquid. Those highly aggressive, poppy styles of plays coming up the middle of the map, and if VP can handle those, Wildcard's going to have to dig real deep into the playbook.
A little gap for Electronic to spot out Sonic at some speed. So Sonic takes a back step, wants that utility, lands at his feet. Here goes Fuzi. Oh, blinded. Flash is great. Sus still got the headshot down, so James sticks around to get the trade. And can he get away? Fame protecting him. The sniper will get away, and Fame from the grave still gets a kill. Now Norbert moving forward. Jabe got himself into the corner. And Norbert takes a few steps back, not wanting to get involved in that fight. Maintains the 3v3 status of this round with 55 seconds left.
Electronic's going to chuck out a flashbang on a timing for Norbert, but he calls it off. Says, I don't hear anything else. So once again, the same crossfire from the previous gun round. Norbert inside the site. This time, no smoke down in lane. Electronic gonna push in and push wide, sees all three. That's good indication for Norbert, who's set up perfectly for this, but he's on his own. He's on an island for some time.
Oh, he needs a monstrous howl. He's got himself one. That's all. That's it. Nothing gonna come from that. So Jay has to win it alone. And he is quite quick to make the rotate over here, but there's no kit on his back. Master of time, a strike again. A headshot to the head of Stanislaw, and 20 health remains. As James pushes into short. Oh, he hit the shot. He hit it, but it's not enough damage to bring down Jaba, who stands strong in a 1v1 fight.
Electronic never expected to see 3 players at that stage coming Palace. He expected maybe 1 lurk that he could handle. 3 players, though, way too much. And once again, here's that brawly counter-strike we saw in Ancient descending over towards Banana. Good trade, good spacing coming in after Sonic. And young Jaba stepping up in the 1v1. So VP cannot establish enough to go on any kind of a streak, any kind of a run. And Economy is back to just being brutalized. 3 M4s picked up. Who knows what Norbert's going to be able to pick up? MP9, 5.7, whatever he chooses to. The Wildcard working them 4 of the last 5 rounds in their favor.
Yeah, VP have been unable to string rounds together, right? They won the pistol but couldn't convert. We've done round 1 in the previous, but unable to follow up.
And now the ops taken away from you as well.
Yeah, so much is gone from them. They've got Electronic on a 5-7. I mean, this is what we knew was a possibility, was Wildcard coming in and showing us a good E-side.
It's exactly what they couldn't do on Ancient, was reset and really break this Economy and put it into a pressure position. VP eventually just made way too much money. Flit takes tons of damage and just burns. Blinded, and that Molotov was deep.
He has one of the worst rounds possible. He's constantly being barraged by utility. 1 for 1, Fame and Susp.
Oh, they're going to play the smoke fade.
Oh, Fuzi peeking into it. Norbert got away, but Electronic, it's all to sell him. It's all to allow this. 5-7 in, but a double kill was surely teed up. Electronic just couldn't control himself for the second kill to come in. And Fame chasing down this low HP player, leaping into the bomb site, but unable to get his chance while hands were busy on the plant. But he goes in anyway. He gets his second. He's out of ammo now. He has to worry about switching out to a different weapon. Fuzi's on the sniper. Fuzi's on the peak. And Fame, what a clutch, what a recovery. And VP given a hero.
I was really scared when he hesitated that he wasn't going to go for that kill. He knew the positions of both players inside the site, and both of them so low. Neither of them wanted to fight at that timing, not ready to peek off one another. It started out so wild over at the B bomb site again. And Electronic's got to be kicking himself that he doesn't get a double kill there, but Fame is able to pick up the pieces. Fuzi even gets the leg shot. Frustration.
Oh, that was a round the Wildcard had blocked in.
And much like Ancient, that's another round that VP rips out of their hands.
And we talked about that being one of those rounds you can't afford to lose, because it did cost him in the end on Ancient. If this game becomes close, those are the rounds that start to become nightmare fuel. Fame steps up for VP, but it's not like it's a huge recovery of their Economy. They still have 3 MP9s. It's still a difficult uphill battle, but for Wildcard, they're sent down to pistols on 3 and 2 rifles.
It's a really early swing round in terms of Economy, in terms of who's going to be able to control it. Virtus.pro, they need a clean win. Fame is all alone, and he's not going to get a whole lot of warning, and they're going to disrespect the hell out of this smoke. Flit's coming back now, but it's too late. Oh, but they hold off.
Yeah, they don't go, and that allows Fame to move into the bomb site. Flit can then swing in front of the smoke with a grenade combo. Fame's MP9 can melt them as they run. Oh, you needed more out of Fame, and Fuzi, he just flicks that eagle. And he makes it work. Wildcard into the bomb site. VP cast away. And once again, unable to string it together multiple round wins.
I need to see Fuzi's POV. I need to see it on that second Deagle shot. That is a crazy, crazy spin for an immediate headshot. Gotta be so frustrating. I don't think you really have a chance at going for this. James is rotating around, but we know with his AWP, he's not gonna commit.
There's no util.
So they're just gonna sit here and Norbert's going to try and get some kills on the exit.
Man, you can keep them trapped. I mean, the economy game is a big part of this at the moment for Wildcard. You can do as much damage on the way out as possible. It's great work. So Norbert to drop Stanislaw an extra kill is massive, and he's going to get away. All
right, give me the Deagle kills.
Yeah, provide them. Cue them right up.
Inject it into my veins. I want to see it. Again, like Ancient, Fuzi having incredible impact.
Here we go. Oh, God, dude. Ooh. What is that? It's more impressive because he was rattling off those body shots and swings the Deagle around. And sometimes it could be a little inaccurate, but it seemed like he got the perfect timing on the first bullet reset. It gets the bang headshot towards the back of the pillar. You thought Fame was going to do some work there.
Yeah, I really did. I thought he was going to mop a couple guys up, and if it wasn't for that Deagle shot, he probably would have. But Virtus.pro is really set up for the A play.
Oh, yeah.
James is set up for the A play this time, but can't get out.
I love the speed. JBA just pushes in behind him, and it's worked out very well. JBA going to try and clear Electronic off the box to 5-7. Only one again. But that one is enough to keep it even, 3v3.
This is that wildcard style that's like going to be, that's so hard to deal with when they're so willing to pick up the pace and throw caution to the wind like this. You're trying to tactically set up and cheat 3 players towards the B bomb site for a strong opening there, but wildcard's up before you can really handle anything. James not able to get back after the first shot, and wildcard really motivated to hunt him down.
Well, the dink through library is enough to force Flit into the save call. There could be a better weapon line around. There's an AK short for Norbert if he wants to try and get to that. But Fame is off to the save. And Norbert's hanging around just at the end to see if he can get a bit of damage. And maybe this AK can be saved away. But that grenade just blasted the AK away from the hands of Norbert. So instead he goes into the fight and he loses it against Susp.
I don't think it's enough damage to kill him either.
Yeah, and they're going to survive in a pit, no problem. So 6-3, Wildcard building a beautiful T side. Money never gonna be good for VP. They got $2,000 average on the 3 players that died. You lose the off, you didn't get it back.
Such an important trade onto James. If he gets away into the bomb site, all their attention is on James, probably at the middle box, and Electronic's able to keep some space for him. Could have been brutal. Wildcard winning the important rounds here, and Virtus.pro sent back to pistols other than the saved weapons.
One little hiccup in the half, really, for Wildcard. And that's the Fame clutch.
Yeah, this could be very dominant, couldn't it? Well, not too far off what it is now.
Yeah, exactly.
7-2, I guess.
It is dominant, but we're going to add the word very soon. And
yeah.
It's getting to that point, absolutely. VP, not a strong CT side whatsoever. You're not expecting anything out of Electronic. What can he really do with the default pistol?
And, you know, again, credit to Stanislaw, because some of these fast-paced rounds, they found, like, the weak point. The last one with 2 players here, or with 2 players at that A site to defend. Some of these fast-paced rounds, he's made the correct calls and decisions of which bomb site. Reading Virtus.pro very, very well. Another free plant at the B site, and another round where Virtus.pro has nothing to do but protect these weapons and potentially line up for some exits.
Bomb has been planted.
Not a whole lot of life in a lot of these rounds, to be honest. The simple, effective plays from Wildcard. This half will continue to tick on in favor of the attacking side. They're hoping that they can get 9-3 out of this, and that doesn't seem all that unrealistic. I like this from Jamie. He'll at least get one, surely. There it is. 2 kills out from Jamie. A couple of kills towards the end there for VP.
Yeah, no big loss with the FAMAS either. Obviously would have liked to have had it for some utility, but Fame's got plenty of cash to buy up regardless. Virtus.pro need to get something going in these last 2 rounds of the half to keep this close enough for them to return the favor on the T side. I feel like sometimes you could get into a conversation about being a little frustrated that Virtus.pro's not going for more retakes, but the way Wildcard's playing, it's like the round is either won or, you know, it's like won immediately. With the 5-player kind of fast pace towards A or B bomb site, it's like you don't even have a chance to rotate over, and all of a sudden you've lost 2 defenders and you're not in a position to even think about a retake. And money's been a little busted for VP throughout this half as well. A lot of util forced out of those B defenders. Flit's gonna hop over and replenish some dropped utility.
Jay, ready for the swing around. Stannis Law walks right into the scope. Jay will be happy about the fact he's able to get a kill and not be immediately traded with that sniper, but with 35 seconds left, they're slipping through the archway. It's going to be a B split. Bomb coming through Banana on the back of Fuzi with Susp alongside of him in support,
it's a brutal
smoke. And they're just going to have to go through it at a certain point.
This is the 3rd B split that Wildcard has ran in this half. Flit and Fame have a decision to make. They want to stop Banana with the time remaining on the clock. They don't care about CT spawn.
Well, Fame draws back into dark. He beats out the long and labor spray. Oh, Flit,
no
that's
way.
A big old whiff. And that allows Fuzi into the site. Shot up right onto the open player in the middle of the site. There was no CT smoke down, so Jaba just gets caught in that quick rotation from Jame. And now it's Fuzi and Sonic having to close this one out. And they're worried about Banana, but it's all through CT. Great flashback. Electronic sets up Norbert, and Fuzi has to fight alone. He's been great in this half. He has been fantastic with some sharp shooting, but this would be a step beyond anything that he's done so far. Fuzi waits behind the coffins, looking to open it up and throw VP into it. Tap on that defuse. The peak surely coming in.
Kit.
Electronic just sticking it all the way. 10 seconds. Fuzi goes into the open, stops the defuse. No kit, no time, no life for VP.
Unreal. Flit is going to be so sad. I cannot believe he did not get that follow-up kill. That is so painful. They knew what was coming. They set up perfectly for it. And a labored spray. And even a man advantage retake. Fuzi plays it to perfection. Again, impact in this series. He has been incredible. And Wildcard now starting to rack up the scoreboard. 8-3.
Let's go!
Even when they have chances that look good for VP, they just fumble it on the firepower. Last round of the half. They've got an AWP on Jame. But a 9-3 scoreline is calling out to Wildcard. Grenade into the back pocket. Susp down to 41 health.
All right, James, it's all on you. Oh my Lord Almighty.
Yeah.
Well, that's the round done. Kind of. I mean, they're gonna come for this.
They're gonna give it a go. Obviously, last round of this half. Wildcard with that kind of shot from Susp. There's no fight really, and Flit, of course, gets that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. And Virtus.pro just now moving from A. It's almost like they truly didn't believe that the B bomb site was going to be the finishing move. FUZI hunts him down, and a deep smoke.
Oh, they're
all the control in the world for Wildcard.
FUZI still got that kill. He put himself in harm's way, eventually spammed down through the smoke. 2v3. VP still have to go for it. There's no kit in the back.
There's another smoke.
Oh my god. There's no kit. There's no utility here for VP. Needless to say, this is going to be a 9-3 scoreline for Wildcard as Norbert and Electronic will give it a good go. But there's just an Iron Hole crossfire at the back of the site. And Stanislaw and Jaba peek together. A 9th round secured on the T side for Wildcard. We expected them to play better on Inferno. We knew there would be a chance at this, but I don't think any of us expected this kind of dominance, especially after losing the first map.
No, but I mean, just the style of play that they're bringing out on Inferno, grouped up, aggressive, fast hits, focusing on trading into bomb sites. They just knocked VP out so hard of so many rounds that they couldn't even fight for. I'm just shocked the way that ended between the flit spray from Coffins and James just getting deleted with the AWP. Jesus. And FUZI just maintaining his aggression the whole time. Keeping so much space. At the end of that round, they actually would have won if they just took their hands off the mouse and keyboard. They didn't have to fight anything at the end. That's how dominant that final round was. 9-3. Wildcard can make this very easy on themselves with a pistol round victory.
Well, for VP, this is a team of 5 major champions taking on a squad with 4 players attending their first major. You know, this is crazy to think about.
And Stanislaw, what, it's been like since like 2019, 18?
Yeah,
something crazy for Stanislaw.
Yeah, this is his 7th time at a major, but there was a huge hiatus. Played with EG most recently. Sosp sending some shots down into Banana. Here's Norbert out of Boiler. Jaba around the corner. No peeks from VP coming around.
Yeah, so tentative. Happy to just force back the defense for the moment. A lot of space over in halls that Norbert takes because he realizes the defense was pushed up in brackets. Flit wants to make the B defenders feel like this is a weak point. Like this is something they have to be concerned about. Good double peek. Flit goes down. Pressure not applied. Utility coming in. It's all armored USPs for Wildcard's defense, so let's see the utility advantage. Can it create enough of an advantage?
Stanislaw waits it short. USP ready to go. FUZI in the bomb site. Headshot comes in. FUZI and Stanislaw combine, and they shut down Virtus.pro in this pistol. And I think that might just be the knockout blow.
It absolutely should be. Although, remember, Virtus.pro won the pistol in the first half and lost the second round immediately, so...
But there's no bomb plant for the T's.
No bomb plant.
That was the difference. There's no extra money.
You can still go for it with the Tech 9s. You can still get a little crazy.
But you're sacrificing a chance to get a gun round, right? Like
potentially. It depends on how comfortable and confident Virtus.pro can be in their T side, right? I think if you force up here, it shows you don't like this scoreline whatsoever. If you save here, you're saying our T side is good enough to come back. And Virtus.pro want to challenge immediately. Good nade, good damage, softening up Virtus.pro. They're making their move up ramp side. FUZI, I don't know if he's aware, but Stanislaw has covered the cross. He can't stop everything, but he's letting them know it's possible. Now smoked off, and FUZI caught in the open. He's going down with nothing. There's Stanislaw. We've seen him make that play a number of times through this run for Wildcard, but the Tech 9s and the utility for Virtus.pro are perfect.
Well, great shot back from Flit. That keeps them ahead here into the bomb site. VP hoping that this force bite can work out for them. Sus coming in to ruin their day. But Flit has a rifle picked up in the pit. And this just seems a little bit too strong to allow Sus into this. Decent damage. MP9. Oh, long range fight just couldn't outmatch the M4. Give it a good go, though. VP do fight back with Tech9s.
Oh, man, they caught some advantageous fights. Fuzi just caught in no man's land. I'm not sure what his idea was. Perhaps keeping some information on brackets of what was going to happen, but he's got nothing to support it, no cover to fall back into. That defense panics. They get scattered. They're fighting through each other, not with each other. And Virtus.pro able to overrun the A-bomb site. So a lifeline and a timeout for Wildcard. It's fine. Everything's fine. That's a little hiccup.
It's just a decision of whether or not they want to force play or save, and currently looking like it will be the more aggressive approach.
For as impactful as Fuzi has been in this game, that is a decision he'd like to have back. 5 7s and a deagle picked up for Wildcard's defense. A little bit of utility to go around it. Virtus.pro step into round 15 with rifles, 2 MAC-10s. A passive defense from Wildcard, but 4 players here at the A-bomb site. And Virtus.pro is going to play this slow. Count smokes. They know the utility is going to be a weak point late in the round.
Singeing of the toes. Minute left. Norbert. Nate goes into his pit. He's going to jump around the corner. MAC-10 clears out first. Was blinded, so therefore couldn't fight comfortably into the side itself. So Susp leaps into the apartments. He's got a better weapon to play with now, and Jaba still locking down default. 45 seconds. VP not comfortable, and they're looking for a different avenue of approach. And Jaba, he's got that read. He goes back to long. His deagle ready. And not exactly landing just yet, but he's keeping VP pinned. They can't move forward because they know he just exists. And so this is buying time. Susp has got out of the apartments, back down short. Flits up on the balcony, ready to go with a MAC-10, but with only 20 seconds left, eventually VP have got to pounce, and they haven't eliminated the players inside of the site. So Susp, even on low HP, it's still got something to say. And the deagle dealt with by the MAC-10 that flies out of the balcony eventually. And Sonic's a long way off. He's coming up through middle.
Yeah, that round was all Susp, and I think that swing wide, just assuming no one was going to be over in halls, thinking most of it was coming through lane, really punished him. Sonic has a rifle to pick up, and time to go for this despite the lack of kit. No head armor, so that MAC-10 and that Galil are going to be absolutely deadly.
Sonic gets cleared out. Flit has a huge round here with the MAC-10, and he gets his deserved reward, which is an upgrade into the M4.
Yeah, good round from Flit. Triple kill for him to help alleviate the pressure.
Remember that wasn't forced by, though.
Yeah, but a lot of danger in it. And that was another thing we can look back to Ancient and say there's some consistency with these low buys from Wildcard, constantly being able to harass and make things awkward for Virtus.pro. 5-10. Full-blown save for Wildcard. Smoke and triple nade. Gonna be coming down middle. Surely Virtus.pro see this smoke and are cautious.
Yeah, great opening fight here for Norbert. He realizes, okay, just the pistols. We can get that info nice and early. 10-6 doesn't seem as scary of a scoreline, although it's still a decent amount of work to be done, but first steps are being taken here for VP. Wildcard have been great at coming back into games.
It all depends on the money situation that Wildcard's going to find themselves in once they get their guns back out, right? Because VP was always in kind of like an awkward situation with 2 saves, so picking up some pistols, some MP9s, and I mean, like, they lost full-blown gun rounds with the op out as well, but if VP can keep them buried in an odd economic situation and close the gap through that fact, which they're doing right now, I mean, you're buying in this round as Wildcard, but it's 2 MP9s. If VP win this next round, the next time you're going to have a good buy is going to be at 10-8. Good shooting from Norbert. 3 MP9s, excuse me.
Yeah, not the prettiest situation here for Wildcard. Certainly a great chance for Virtus.pro to break this down and break down the door to 7. Good deep grenade lands in the middle of 3 players.
That's a Virtus.pro grenade.
Yeah.
It bounced off the wall. Beautifully done. Hate to see it.
PWE just going to take their time.
Again, you nade yourself, and then you get stalled out behind a Molotov inside of a smoke, and then a follow-up Molotov. This has given Wildcard the pass for deep banana control. Oh, and the MP9 doing good damage and actually gets into cover as the smoke is broken open. But that's a lot of utility dump, and Virtus.pro is going to be like, okay, the B defenders just used about everything they have. We counted like 2 Molotovs, we counted 2 smokes, plenty of HE grenades. We can just come back to this later. Let them have control for now. And we'll just creep up banana around the 50-second mark. Likewise, VP running out of util. I cannot believe Fame just took that risk. No flashbang, just walks on through. Created a timing for his team.
Look at this. They're ahead of it. Now Suspects detected how close they are, but if they just pounce now and eradicate him, well, then all the pressure's on Sonic at the back of the site. His teammate's trying to rotate over. Great flashbang from Stan as well. That keeps Sonic alive. And
Gap in that smoke, he can come through.
And it keeps Wildcard in this round. So he's going to come through that smoke. He's going to support Sonic. They're spamming through, but he's already on the side of it. Stanislaw got 1 extra, and Sonic at the back of the bomb site. It's finally dealt with, but it's a 2v2, and Norbert has taken damage, and now spotted at the back of Nubox. There's 1 grenade left in the hands of Jaba. If he decides to toss that out to Nubox, that could be the move that removes Norbert from the equation and leaves it all on Electronic. But Jaba, that's exactly what he's going to do. Bang! Straight to the back. It's now Electronic left alone, sitting on top of the coffins. 1 flash left, and they've detected Electronic. He has been quiet in this series, and he will not get loud in this one. Wildcard go to 11 rounds, and it's pulled off by a fantastic hold. A last-ditch effort from Sonic and Stanislaw together to combine for a strong enough hold.
And Wildcard's going to have their best buy so far in this half, right at the moment they need it, because they have to string rounds together. They cannot get reset and broken here. Good hold from Sonic with the MP9. Good hold from Wildcard with 3 MP9s in this round. A tough battle to get into the bomb site, sets up a 2v2 retake. 5-round lead for Wildcard, trying to force a 3rd map in this elimination series.
Molly's landing to a sus, but getting a little bit too hot to handle. Fame just charges up top banana.
That's what they wanted to do in the last round, open things up, and they got stalled out.
There were 2 more players, though. 2 more players to get through, and Stanislaw goes forward without the utility being effective, and so he's gone at the hand of Fame. Eventually is traded out by Sonic, and here's Fuzi rotating over. Sonic doesn't have the help of Stanislaw in this round. He's got to do it alone, and a great headshot dispatches of Norbert, but Electronic successful in terms of getting that kill back. So the plant is in. VP have a 3 versus 2, and Wildcard have to wait a little bit because JBA is still quite far away. Fuzi is getting ever closer, and with a flash setup, he's allowed to swing. He moves into the site. VP not giving him a chance. Haven't given him an opportunity.
Giving him a lot of space, though.
Yeah, he's got a lot of space, and his teammate now moving forward. Electronic had to look towards CT. Flick goes down as well, and once again, Wildcard erupts back into a round that looked guaranteed for VP, but as the defuse stuck all the way, Fuzi just got on it, and pros do not fake.
What a retake. Virtus.pro giving tons of respect. Nobody even jiggling. Look how much room Fuzi has to work with. He's able to maintain that position for 5, 6, 7 seconds. These counter flashes on the rotating supportive player from CT have been perfect. And once again, Flit just does not seem confident. We saw that miss spray at the end of the first half. He gave Flit Fuzi all the opportunities in the world to find that kill at Electronic, who's going to be frustrated.
Flit fights back. Good opening kill here, but it doesn't necessarily matter. We've seen that. VP have been in better positions in 2 rounds in a row now, and it's still gone the other way. So a 4v5 conversion being set up, but this time to try and close the map for Wildcard. Well, there's got to be 3v5, and they've just lost Fuzi, who was the danger man of the previous round win. Stan has low down Banana, but he's a lot of damage has been inflicted on him.
Oh, there's another one built on top. So Virtus.pro doing a good job staying alive in this round so far. Sonic is rotating over. Money's not good.
Yeah, this round's done. I mean, with the amount of damage done, yeah, over the last few rounds, you can understand why there's no money for Wildcard.
Oh my lord.
All right.
Where's that shot been all game?
Yeah, we need that. Over on the CT side.
Yeah.
He's had enough of missing.
He's got 1 HP.
Yeah. Need to be picture perfect. Oh, now they know. So the plant's going to come in. James has him blocked in at T-Stars. Missed the shot. So now James has to fall away, but there's a charge coming down from top Banana.
Now the conversation for Wildcard has to be out of this loss. Like, you know, I don't know if Sansal's is going to save this weapon, but now you have to think of it like we have 5 more rounds to play with, and we need to make sure we have really strong buys as much as humanly possible. Flit ends the round with a 4K. The worst thing you could probably, it's the money's in one of those situations where it's like you really feel motivated to force buy here as Wildcard. Double save territory for 2 players, but you want to maximize your strong buys to close out this game.
So it is pistols here for Wildcard. 5-7's Deagle, and a boost for Sonic at top his teammate's head. Dismantled. And reassemble as they go forward into the attack. A grenade on towards Flit. It's going to be Fuzi round. Boiler, okay, double on the 5-7. And that might just be it here on Inferno. The pistols coming in, Soft going aggressive, and that is how they close it. Wildcard with a wild round, and they will take Inferno away from Virtus.pro, and this elimination match will be decided on the 3rd and final map.
Unreal the way you win that. Virtus.pro, just too many heartbreaking rounds. And again, this is why I always feel uncomfortable. Everyone on this lineup is a major winner. And it is going to be frustrating if you are losing and getting battered repeatedly by a team like Wildcard, who shouldn't, in theory, have the experience on their resume to take you down.
Yeah, we're talking about a Wildcard team who 4 of the players are attending their first major here, and they have the potential to knock out all of these major winning players. They just won a major a couple ago, right, in Rio. So this is crazy to think about. But Virtus.pro are fighting for their tournament life. They're fighting for their major life here against Wildcard. This North American squad that no one even thought could make it out of the RMRs. But here they are, straight into the attack. It's going to be Norbert taking the first 2, but Sonic trading back, and the attack into the B-bomb site still going. Foot drops into the dark. He's got his teammate with him, at least did, but Jamie's been blasted away. And so VP move in. It's Fane having to step up with the Jewel Berettas, but he can't do it against Stanislaw. And this is some speed behind this for Wildcard, as they love to brawl. They love to get involved in these fights, and they just don't stop. Out of bullets, Foot dead, and Electronic Life with nothing to do as Wildcard take the pistol here on Anubis.
I love the way Wildcard senses weakness and realizes they have an advantage, and they just press it. You take down Flit, you realize James running out of ammunition, and you just get up in his face. But that round had a small detail that I just want to mention that it just brought up in terms of the frustration that'll come when a player maybe makes a mistake due to the pressure and the aggression of Wildcard. Flit's in dark, and he actually turns to check canals when James is coming, and that little turn cost him so much space as the Glock swing in. It's actually his teammate who takes the brunt of the damage because of it, rotating into support, and Flit's allowed them to get so close that his teammate takes a gush and is eventually just cleaned up because of it. And a suffocating hit, and this is a round where Norbert gets the first 2 kills.
Yeah, look, he gets them pretty clean, man. He doesn't get traded. It takes a little while for him to get traded out, and then
right here, James just getting punished because Flit had kind of dropped back the first point of contact to be able to challenge that swing. James could come in as support to kind of take up the fight after the fact, and James just isn't ready for them to be just completely solely focused on him as the only person defending. Brutal way to lose a round. And Wildcard pick up right where they left off.
Flashing towards A main. Wildcard are going to take it. And if you think about the difference in mentality, Wildcard are going to be fueled with confidence, excitement about the possibilities. Whereas VP are going to be sitting used to disappointment this year. It's a completely different situation mentally where these two teams are at this stage of their career.
Yeah, Wildcard's playing with house money. In some sense, like, they're not even supposed to be here. In some sense, even coming out of the Americas RMR, a lot of people, and myself included, doubted their ability to win against some of these top teams, and they just continually impress and surprise.
It's a good pick. Susp to remove Flit on the defense. Now the efforts of Norbert, can they be enough? The answer to that is no. And although there was a stack with remaining pistols of VP on the B bomb site, they are cut through easily by Wildcard. And Virtus.pro now will have money to purchase. Their CT defense on Inferno was terrible. There wasn't enough done. Wildcard were able to dominate them. And a large part of that was the success in the early stages of the game. They were able to get control of the economy. The Wildcard built up a beautiful lead on the T side.
See if they can play from the front again as well, going into the first gun round. Still a MAC-10 in play, a couple of Galils in play as well. 2-1-2 defense opened up for VP. And Wildcard sending bodies towards A main yet again. Fame is going to have to use this, but oh, they're coming right through. They're coming right through. Good turn. Good turn, and now the utility prevents anyone else from coming on through. There might be a second barrage of utility. And Virtus.pro is so worried about the heavy play through the smoke, they've shifted everyone.
Yeah, Wildcard.
Whoopsie.
Well, not exactly the net they were hoping for, but a great decision on how quick they were to hit the pause button. But Norbert going out of B. He's taking some control, and he's getting a lot of information from this play.
Play slows down as Wildcard reconvene across the map. Gonna cross middle. Electronic only with the 5-7 is gonna play close. But he's got Fame coming up to join with him.
Molotov around the corner, JVA to remove Electronic's head and give a chance here for his team to burst through middle, and Sonic's a big part of that. So with 49 seconds left, Fuzi,
the flank.
Oh, he knows he's got a chance here, but Norbert pushed out B the whole time. The bomb needs to get down, and it will. So now it's about speeding back for James, trying to get there in time. Walks right into Fuzi, who had taken the position silently, and he goes back to Norbert, and in the air he comes away. Fuzi gets away with a ridiculous headshot, and Sonic will sink Flit.
Get out. That's not fair. That makes no sense.
Norbert is sprinting back, and Fuzi does this.
What?
Terrorists.
You can put yourself in the best position, you can make the correct play,
And then that's how it ends.
and then you sprinkle a little bit of luck on top, and you get a beautiful headshot like that.
Fuzi's playing with some good karma today.
Yeah, he is. They don't want this run to slow down.
That's so unreasonable. Even I'm even feeling bad for Norbert after that. I think everyone who plays Counter-Strike is feeling bad for Norbert after that.
Yeah, he misses the timing on the window drop. He goes back, he's sprinting to get to B main. Then that happens. Eco now for Virtus.pro. Just to rub some salt in the wound. It's going to be a 4-0 lead for Wildcard, being queued right up. And they're going to gather at the B bomb site.
It's so it's so stupid. I can't stop thinking about it. It's a nightmare. Split towards the B bomb site. Norbert again. Poor guy. Good luck.
At least this time the fire hasn't spread to him. So he's given a chance. He'll take a kill. He goes for a second, but not to B. It is just ludicrous, isn't it?
It's so unreasonable. So Virtus.pro going to be lining up for exits with the 5-7s. The retake is never going to happen. 2 players towards CT spawn. 2 players lining up outside B main. Setting up a crossfire to take some guns away at the end. They just want some AK-47s to play with.
Oh yeah. J-Butt and Sonic combined together for the final 2 kills. J-Butt will go down to the bomb blast, but a 4-0 lead for Wildcard, and they are going to start this game by playing in front.
Norbert didn't deserve that. I just...
You gotta let it go, man.
I can't. I'm trying to... Like, as a...
It's okay, it's okay.
As a player, if you're Norbert, like, you're thinking about that every time you swing for a fight,
like,
you know? Like,
will he be flying through the sky again?
I know. He needs, like, 1 good round to get past it. Like, just give him a double or a triple kill just so he can just settle down.
Well, there's
there
one.
You go.
There's a step in the right direction. Some redemption for Norbert as JB goes down first and VP have the advantage to play with here in the CT side.
4v5 for Wildcard to try and recover. Little lurk smoke doesn't net them the opening kill. JB got the play he wanted, but not the result. 3 players at this A bomb site. Virtus.pro's given up mid control, so even with a player down, an advantage on this eventual split into the B bomb site. 1 player coming through con, through dark. Susp is forced all the way back, but Virtus.pro's defense is not going to move. Ooh.
Not
Hang on,
Molotov
boys.
he was looking for.
Yeah, we need a little
Hey,
bit
guys,
more time.
Pause. Molotov's going to heat things up for Flip, but he's got a smoke protecting him in the corner. He will take a little bit of damage, but he'll jump up onto the ledge and that molly will fade away. He can maintain his position. And this could be a big problem here for Wildcard. The plant is coming in. They haven't cleared the plat, but at least they've got the bomb down. And here come VP. That wall bang through. Straight on the default. Stanislaw can't stop that shot.
Susp has a smoke. He needs to protect himself. Drop it behind himself for Canals. There's a lurker coming, Fame. Oh, you never expect it deleted.
So it's a post plant and they're both locked out at B main. With that smoke coming in, Wildcard are about to concede their first round here on the T side. Great shot from Sonic, the immortal as he goes up to 9. But finally through the smoke, his immortality tested. And Fuzi, he'll at least hold on. He'll get that AK out of the smoke somehow. And he'll get into the next round with his weapon intact. But VP finally getting one on the CT side.
Yeah, lovely shot from James. Just right through the wall, realizing there's potential for it, taking the shot, getting the win. And Susp, not expecting Fame to be that close, was really sealing it because then Wildcard has 2 players stuck behind smoke. Lovely job from Virtus.pro coming in, and good job from the B defenders of staying poised and not panicking during the execute.
A little bit faster from Sonic through a main. We've seen the MongolZ like the similar style on the T side of Anubis, where they just apply that pressure, get in A main early, get some utility out of the CTs.
James taking a big risk, stepping into the Molotov, chunking him down to 52. He just wanted to see if anyone was going to be trying to progress and take control. Scale during the flames.
Flash forward, Sonic into a main with Susp on his back. The Molotov will clear out the fountain, ever slower here for Wildcard. Three players for VP position. Over a day for the defense. Smoke is up. Molotov to follow. And James is forced away from camera to the bricks, but his teammates block it. Unfortunately enough, Fame still gets that kill. He's going to go back out again. This time, James will miss. Fuzi applying pressure in that DP. Oh, that plant is coming in right now. It's already secured, and a lot of damage being done on the VP. They're coming around the corner and Heaven. Flick goes forward into the waiting arms of Fuzi, and he will welcome him with love. A great shot to the head. Norbert hangs out in the canal, but there's no getting back into this one. Wildcard sink their teeth deep into this post plant setup.
Look at where all the X's are for the blue X's on that take at the A bomb site. All towards bricks, all towards heavens. That's Virtus.pro getting really bottlenecked during that execute. Again, panicking when all the utility comes in and the protocols just crumbling beneath them and nobody keeping mind of where they are, where their teammate is and playing in that relation. Wildcard can focus on basically one position during the hit at bricks while two players struggling to find a clean fight from Virtus.pro. Good first kill, but with Heaven smoked and Camera Molotoved, everyone's focused there, and eventually the flank comes through Camera. And way too many bodies in one place to hold that back.
Pushed out a B here, VP. Norbert's the man to go and have a look. And he doesn't see anybody. It's completely vacant, so he's going to take that space and information alongside of it. They're just gonna walk. Wildcard with 5. Going into the attack. Fame and James combine for a double upon the entrance. As James is stuck now under a lot of pressure, he's gonna throw out a smoke for his own cover. Molotov onto the water. And James, his feet singed, but he stays in position.
They're walking right through.
They're walking right past him. Stanislaw going in. James trying to get away, but there's no getting away from Stanislaw. 53 seconds, Wildcard into the site. The numbers still may be even, and there's a flank coming in for Norbert. It's been a long time in the making, but he's still gonna lose his life as Fuzi goes back to check it, and VP locked in at Heaven. These smokes are still up. The last piece of utility tossed out, and it's effective. Jaba goes down, evens out the numbers, but does that entice VP to go in for this? There's still some time on that plant.
This is a really cool reposition from Fuzi as well.
Yeah, this is smart. He was last detected towards A main, but it's gone over to the camera. And Stanislaw deep into the site, digs in, but Fuzi's reposition is going to be perfect, and Electronic taken away from Heaven off of their pedestal, as it is looking increasingly likely that we will see another dominant finish in this T-side half for Wildcard. And VP, they are out of this at the moment.
This is a round they actually caught the attack off guard, breaking the smoke and 2 kills on the swing. Perfectly executed to open it up for VP, but so much pressure continues to be applied by Wildcard because everyone's here that the retreat, the fallback can get nothing done. And I love this from Fuzi. Smoke is up, he's got the timing, he knows he's got the space to transfer over. And Wildcard finding all the solutions. And now it comes back to that point. Is this enough pressure on Virtus.pro to make them crumble? Because we're seeing it in individual rounds. The protocols at this A bomb site falling apart, getting bottlenecked, constantly unable to stem the tide of Wildcard players. And is it enough for these major winners, the experience of Virtus.pro, to be forgotten by the wayside?
We're looking at one of the former best players in the world. Major champion 2021 in Stockholm and Electronic, and he has had a very quiet series when it matters most today. 0-4 start as well. Anubis has not been his map yet.
Hasn't been his series.
Hasn't been his year. A play out of B. Looking to be set up. Norbert, this time will have a friend. This time he will have James. And they boost. They peer around with the AWP, and it's a perfect play to take Fuzi out of it.
Just when Fuzi makes his move, that boost comes to fruition. Fame, flashed in, one's close up, not blinded, but so the player that is blinded is the support that's there for the trade. And good cover from James, that's bomb hitting the deck. And finally, Virtus.pro have secured themselves a second round and a clean round, and handled what Wildcard bring into the battle. That's maybe the first time we see Wildcard spread out so significantly. Everything else has been barreling into these B splits, right? Barreling into A main. Now they're in more of a default, and Virtus.pro can handle that. So timeout taken from Wildcard.
And when they are grouping up, Jason, it feels like their trading is so good that they're always finding themselves in either even number situation or at least fights that they can turn back in their favor. And so spreading out allows VP to be a bit more convincing, pick them off one by one. The money has drained quite significantly here for Wildcard, so a timeout taken to figure out what kind of purchase they can get, how they want to put out the utility and allocate their resources, but this was a cool move.
Yeah. And it was, I mean, you could see FURIA was looking for a play out B main that entire time, and just when he's making his move to get into a new position, it runs right into that boost. Everything pans out for VP. This can be a very T-sided map, so let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Wildcard still need a few more rounds before they can feel any kind of excitement about the T-half that they've put on the board. Virtus.pro can still come back in this.
Out of B again. Norbert goes, he takes a risk, he actually takes damage on board from the shot of the off, but protected through those bricks. Not enough damage to bring down the mighty Norbert. But they're setting up a more of a direct hit. It's going to be a split into the B bomb site via connector and B main.
Oh, just barely not seeing the head of Norbert. But he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to be here when the smoke clears. Too exposed for such low HP, but they feel the B hit coming in. Everything towards A has been a lot faster.
It's going to be an alt battle between FURIA and Jame, and FURIA will bring him down without Jame even spotting him out. Flint with a double in the connector keeps his team in this fight, but VP need more than that. And they've got Electronic off the back of the platform, protecting Norbert, taking the distraction, setting Norbert up for the headshot, and leaving it all on Sonic.
They're fighting back and they're getting the good reads now. Sonic gonna try and show like he's running away to the other side of the map, but he's straggling right back into Khan.
They're gonna re-Molotov it as well, so there's no way he can get back out of here.
FURIA's up with the attempted entry through B main as well. A little bit crazy.
Actually giving them a bit of space here, Jason. He can get into the bomb site.
Worried about that reposition back to A. Sonic working up the courage to move in.
And now he goes. And they're not gonna detect it.
He's only got 8 bullets in his AK-47, so after this plant, he's gonna have to reload immediately.
Yeah, wait, spending a little bit of time clearing these positions out. Ooh, 10 seconds.
I like this deep clear.
10 seconds, though.
VP thinks he's doing Jame time.
That's allowed the reposition around from B main. So Norbert's gone the long way around. And this B main should be the insurance policy. Great headshot from Sonic, but Norbert comes around the back. And Norbert, once again, with some important impact for Virtus.pro, as their third CT round will ring out. And you're right to call that this is, in fact, a T-sided map, but also the fact that one of VP's calling cards, one of their marks that they've left on the Counter-Strike space, is their ability to stay in games when it looks like they're out, when it looks like you count VP out. At times throughout their careers, they have been able to stay in it. And perhaps it'll be a similar story here in the map that matters most.
Yeah, you're right. They have historically been one of the hardest teams to put away. Hopefully we get an element of that here as they start to plant their feet and set this defense up to stop Wildcard. Give some credit to Flit in that round. His double kill and Khan is perhaps the only thing that saved the day, that alleviated the pressure on that B bomb site. If he just goes 1 for 1 there, it's a much more aggressive take of the bomb site that's going to be harder to handle. A low buy, a half buy, back to pistols for Wildcard. Some armor and utility picked up.
The Tech-9 spread across the map, but the majority of the Wildcard players are positioned outside of B main. Stanislaw making his way through the mid-smokes. It's not a bad position for Stanislaw to gain, but Flit, great angle, but did he spot him? Stanislaw somehow has slipped by the scope, but oh, the steps made. He wasn't aware of Flit being around that corner, and so his opportunity goes awry. And now the rotation of Flit to come and help this B play as the pistols pass through B main. It is to their death.
Good shot with a Tech-9 from J-Buff, but Norbert's going to cut him down. Clothesline, 3 kills for Norbert in the round on the B defense. 2 more remaining in this opening half. And Virtus.pro have withstood the initial shock and awe of Wildcard to bring this right back into contention. Felt like they might just get overrun, but they've settled things down.
Not a whole lot of utility for Wildcard, so you're consistently seeing over the last 3 rounds there's been some economic problems. Last round, obviously, Tech9's, the Eagle. In previous, they had some weaknesses, and you can see now they're going to Mac 10 for Stanislaw, the Wheel having to make an appearance. So they don't have all the bells and whistles that they had earlier in the half.
Some missed utility on this map so far out of Wildcard.
They don't have a lot of it in this round, so each piece matters more. Jay making the rotation with his sniper over towards A. He wants to position it at Heaven, thinking that they've got to read that it will be an A play for Wildcard.
Oh, I don't think they have enough utility for this, though. If they want to hit A main, they've got smoke, 2 flashes, and a Molotov. Couldn't put the smoke down up in Heaven. Molotov would either go towards bricks or camera, but one of those 2 options is going to be available. And Virtus.pro holding on to utility.
Oh, this is such a great call for Jane to put the op at Heaven. Electronic plays in below him, Fame to take the initial attention, and you can see that the riflers are poised to pounce on this attack from Wildcard. As they try and barrage their way through the A bomb site with limited utility. A re-smoke comes out for Virtus.pro. Electronic biding his time. James committing down into the site. It is a wild maneuver for James. And somehow, some way, at the wrong time, VP make the adjustments and Wildcard come charging through. And Virtus.pro are cast aside. Wildcard will go to 7 on the T side. And for Virtus.pro, they will have felt like that is one they were about to win.
I said bricks or camera for the Molotov. It's actually a 3rd option of Cake right behind the bomb site. And as James gets smoked off, he drops in. And once again, you get that weird bottleneck of 2 Virtus.pro players unable to find a comfortable fight. And Stanislaw is able to entry with just a Mac 10. Double kill as he comes in. It's wild the way they're finding these kills. Virtus.pro still cannot get a grip. 7-4. Electronics playing for the wide swing. You see how Fame just swings out in front of James as soon as he tries to evacuate the Molotov. And they just cannot find any comfort. Everything is just feeling a little bit disconnected at the worst moments from Virtus.pro.
And there was even a team kill. A team kill for Wildcard. In all of that chaos, and VP still could not capitalize. And I think that's the story for this VP squad. It's the fact that, yes, you have all these incredible pieces, but finding the synergy and figuring out how to make them work together has been the problem they have not figured out all year.
Yeah, none of it's coming easy at the moment. Nothing's just easily falling into place for Virtus.pro. They're laboring for every frag. Mid-control taken with quickness from Wildcard.
Fuzi clearing camera. Stanislaw alongside of him, but he took damage, so that's sound given away. Information gathered. Now VP on high alert, but Electronic gets caught in the back of the site, and Sonic just charges forward. It is going to be Fuzi in mid, and Fame with everything to do. He went to the back of Cake. He's done very well to get a double kill and keep his life, but Stanislaw goes to storage, and Jay had no idea that Stanislaw would have pushed all the way into storage. But Fame, can he position himself perfectly for this? The timing.
No way.
And Stanislaw again, another piece of impact from the in-game leader. And beyond their wildest dreams, they are now leading 8-4 over Virtus.pro, and are in the driver's seat to eliminate them from the Shanghai Major.
Stanislaw, the leader we needed all along in the Americas. The last 2 rounds from him, the double entry with the Mac 10, here able to creep and crawl and lurk his way past the defense. Fame does everything possible, and there's no way for him to know that Stanislaw with low HP has just silently crawled to cut off James' rotation, and they deal with Fame later. What a brilliant pair of rounds to close out the half from Stanislaw.
And this is a play that is attended 6 majors with different teams. Where back in the past, he would have played with EG, Optic, Complexity, NRG. He would have went with some of North America's best talent, at those times. Even had times playing in Team Liquid where he really did get to play with some of North America's best. But he has brought this young squad, a lot of them rejected from their former squads, and some of them just starting their career, and he has brought them to a major when no one thought possible through the Americas RMR, and he did it in style. And
well, we talked about it with Complexity and Cloud9, and we can mention Virtus.pro in that group, a team that seems to be less than the sum of their parts. Stanislaus doing the exact opposite with this squad. This run has been incredible, and once again, much like Inferno, they can make their life very, very easy with a pistol round victory here.
But as we always say, VP can often find a way to limp on. And 4 rounds could be enough if they have a strong T side here. There were moments of life on their T side on Inferno. Just wasn't enough done in the first half to be able to claw back, but they have 1 extra round to work with. And if they win a pistol round, it could be a huge leap in the right direction. Flash out of B main. Susp hungry for info. But VP are slinking their way towards the A bomb site. The only defender here is J-Bun, and he's got a smoke. So as soon as he senses a little bit of danger, he will toss that out and hope that it keeps VP at the door.
It shouldn't, because they've given up all map control elsewhere. If there's a defensive smoke coming in, they've got to disrespect it and pop right on through. B defense going to start shifting as well. Fuzi getting aggressive on the flank. Good shot from JBA. Can't double up. Sonic held back at bricks. molotov going to force him to rotate behind the smoke, and now he's got to play defensive. Prevent anyone from pushing up and allow this flank to come in.
At a minimum, the plant secure for VP, but they want everything. Sparse on round victories, they go for the attack. Norbert diving down through storage, onto the beach, he will fight, and on the beach he will lose his life. 2 kills back for Wildcard, make it 3, and everybody from VP evaporates. A pistol round victory for Wildcard, only having 1 casualty. An impressive retake of the A bomb site. A Wildcard take another direction, and they're steering towards victory.
I can't even complain about the decision from Virtus.pro to push forward and hunt this down. That's a disgusting shot from Sonic, the fadeaway, and another one. The decision is there, just unable to find the critical kills to turn the round in their favor. Wildcard starting to play with some real confidence, and Virtus.pro off that plant have got to buy.
Yeah, their forced buy is in. They were able to win this forced buy with less on Inferno. We know they're capable of rounds like this. They've got 3 Galils, they've got 2 Tech 9s, and a whole heap of utility in behind it. But a win here is paramount for Virtus.pro. JBA, with an aggressive play. He's got to be pushed from T-Stars, needs to be careful, he's got his teammate with him. And so Flick doesn't want to extend into the open too far. And in fact, they have now conceded control outside of the A site. VP are going to have to play a slow round here. We know they're comfortable with that.
Retake over at the B bomb site. Sonic waiting for the engagement to come in. molotov is going to keep VP back, but they love the dink they've just given over to Stanislaus. And that was the player rotating into Temple. And I think that's what's motivating Flit to be a little bit more aggressive. Stanislaus with low health kind of just has to hide and tuck himself into doors. He's going to get a lot of attention. 1 kill would be impressive.
Well, the MP9 can melt at this range, and that's exactly what it does.
Oh, no.
Second kill from Stanislaus on low HP. Incredible performance from this in-game leader.
He is a god right now.
He so desperately wants this run to continue.
Look at the way that Wildcard is moving around the map. The push through A. Oh, that's beautiful. Dinks and taps with the MP9, whittling him down and then disappearing into the map.
Electronic to move in. Sonic defends in the pillar. Sound being made, so he readies himself for the fight. But Electronic sharp on that headshot. Both remaining Virtus.pro players are extremely low in health, though. And that could be a real problem as the plant starts to come in on default.
Bomb has been planted.
There's 1 molly left here for Wildcard. The smoke available as well. And that peek from Fame puts it all on Electronic. And the pressure might be too much for his shoulders to handle on 21 health in the corner. They come around, and he's cleared out by Susp. It will be double figures for Wildcard.
And another plant. Does Virtus.pro feel like they need to force by here, down by 6 rounds? How does Stanislaus get 2?
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
of Stanislaw is a story that no one's seen coming. His career seemed to taper off. It looked like his peak had already finished.
And at a moment when it felt like North America could not provide any opportunities to North American players, he just emerged out of nowhere to bring this team up from nothingness.
Came back rejuvenated.
And now it feels like they're going to put Virtus.pro down without even a whimper.
And came back with Sonic as well, who took a hiatus to return to studies. And has come back and is showing a level and some success that we have never seen him hit before. Truly a wild card. Swing into the open. Sonic, he's got himself one. Team kill in the miss. Susp to get rid of him, and Susp also fell to electronic. So once again, we asked Fuzi to step up, and he has been impact. He has been pure impact. And again, he's got to double in and make it 3. Nothing easier than that for Fuzi. Norbert finally getting rid of him with the Tech 9. He's going to pick up the M4 and have a chance at this.
He's got to play this with the minute that he has on the clock. He cannot plant now. He's got to find one more. He knows they're going to be close.
Goes through the smoke. Jaba. Oh, he doesn't see him. That's a kill for Norbert. He's got it in the 1v1, and he opens up his evacuation point. He can go back to A, and then it's truly on. He's kept his health, and it's Stanislaw up against Norbert. It truly has been the return of the king for North American Counter-Strike, and Stanislaw once again looking to take a step in the right direction. Grenade to blow open the smoke. Norbert waits on the other side, but Stanislaw does not care. Goes straight into the fight, and another impactful round from the in-game leader as he is pushing his squad closer and closer, staying alive.
God, he is closing this game out. He is just doing everything necessary. The double kill with the MP9, the last 2 rounds on the T side of the first half. Fuzi saves the day and sets him up for a magnificent clutch. And Stanislaw will not be denied this victory. 11-4 now.
And for Virtus.pro, they are now staring at a new low. To be eliminated from the major by Wildcard, a team with significantly less experience, not just at majors, but in general. Virtus.pro, every single player here has lifted the major trophy in one form or another. Been to major finals as runners-up earlier in their careers, and now on the brink of collapse in the opening stage here in Shanghai. This bye round is do or die. If they lose here, they are broken. In front of the smoke, Jaba runs. Fade toward the corner, he was expecting to turn for the flash, but Jaba still continued the fight. And so Wildcard have the advantage. Set up and followed by Susp and Sonic as they push through the connector smoke. Virtus.pro left on their final feet.
Virtus.pro have no idea what to do. They are so stunned. It's Wildcard making all the plays, taking all the risks and being rewarded. And Virtus.pro just prays for it to stop, but the peaks keep coming through. A quick little jiggle dink, and Norbert's got to back away, but Stan is the law, and he's going to come in to finish you off.
Lays down on Norbert. Just Jane left, and there is no magic left in him. Wildcard reach map point, series point, and for Virtus.pro, elimination point from the perfect world Shanghai major.
There's been signs of this kind of a major coming for Virtus.pro, limping through the RMRs. You get into this stage, the only team they've beaten is Rare Atom. They've lost to MIBR, big, and now you lose a series to Wildcard. For these 5 players, this loss is gonna feel like rock bottom. And they're just laughing at you.
It's Wildcard who are playing like they're the team with the experience in these situations. The charge down mid, Stanislaw good for 1. Fuzi burning. And Flit actually got around to the other side of the doors. The V-play coming in, Sonic unable to hold on. A 3v3, Wildcard have to answer the call.
Good progression from Fabe. Good map control, good space, and he's got another one. Now backs off, gives them an advantage. And Fuzi and Jaba have to be very slow on this progression over.
A retake to close it. Jaba and Fuzi together. The young American with the first headshot, but he will fall at Ivy. Fuzi with no heroics in this round and some life left in Virtus.pro. They will not go down now, but they've still got to deal with a bye that is coming up for Wildcard, and there are so many chances to close.
Yeah, they've got plenty. Stan almost able to line up a double. He had to wait an extra second for that flashbang to come in. Probably wanted a little bit more space on the engagement, but even this retake looked like it could have been solid. Beautiful shot from Jaba, but Fame and Jame combined to close things out. They have to win 7 more in a row.
Stanislaw, of course, as the leader, taking the hit and going to the 5-7. Allowing the rest of his teammates to play on with rifles. The boost pays off for Jame.
Oh, Stanislaw has no idea. No idea he's about to be dead. Not everything can be perfect. 5-on-3 for Virtus.pro, and they control the map with a minute remaining on the clock, and this is their wheelhouse. This is where they live. So a 6th round on the board, and money going to be decimated for Wildcard's defense.
Virtus.pro will now have the opportunity to extend play and draw this scoreline back. But it has to be perfect for Virtus.pro, and that is the problem. They look incapable of achieving perfection, or even coming close. Inevitably, there will be a round where they make a mistake. Inevitably, there will be a round where they mess up and allow Wildcard away into an unthinkable situation.
And I mean, there's going to be a few more rounds. We saw all that aggression, the A main peak from Jaba with the MP9, the push to the smoke over in dark. There's going to be more creative plays for Wildcard as this goes on, and you got to be cautious of all of it if you're VP. But at least for now, they're going to take a lot of the cash and funding away. 2 M4s saved. The rest will have to play on pistols.
Terrorists win.
Might be worth a timeout right now, and as we've said a number of times for Wildcard, 4 players playing in their first major, Stanislaw the most experienced. It's going to be up to him to settle them down and say, guys, we don't need to win right now. We don't need to deliver a knockout blow. Be patient with your plays. Don't try and be too aggressive. Don't try and be the hero. We're going to have plenty of chances and opportunities.
A blistering start to round 19 here for VP, and Electronic will track Sus into the connector, deal with that threat. The rifle is dead, and Stanislaw left with the P250. 12 rounds to 7.
I think the only option he has is dropping downstairs, trying to save the AWP that's on the ground. But Flit has that very much in mind.
Combine the net damage with bullets. And eventually, we'll win that fight against Flit.
17 kills on Stanislaw.
Terrorists win.
5 rounds separate these two teams. Virtus.pro stringing rounds together.
If you're Wildcard in this situation, Jason, you don't have enough money for a full buy across every single player. Do you just take a half buy here? Maybe we go with the MP9s, get that FURIA spice out, and just try and go for that?
Yep, on whoever can afford it. I think obviously you're going to want the AWP out. But the worst thing you can do right now is try and force things way too early, lose your economy. That's Virtus.pro's route back into this game to force overtime. Susp has his MP9, utility picked up on Sonic with armor and a deagle. So buying a few things here and there. As Vince tries to keep the team settled down. 3 in a row for Virtus.pro. Still haven't built yet into any critical mass on this T side that we feel Wildcard is struggling to handle. It is right now just about the money that Wildcard can get back into them in the next round and see what happens there. But just as much as Virtus.pro feels the pressure of elimination, Wildcard's gonna feel the pressure of victory.
Swing out for Fuzi, immediately answered by James. For Wildcard, even if they do win this game and eventually close it out versus Virtus.pro, it isn't qualification, it's just survival. They will go into the 2-2 bracket here at the Major. But the significance of a win versus Virtus.pro, with how big the names are on the other side, it's going to give you a lot of confidence going into that 2-2 game. Sus with the swing. And Flit's rifle to stop him. And it's all been leading up to finally getting enough money for a goodbye again here for Wildcard.
And Virtus.pro not taking any chances in this round. No one overstepping the mark, coming in very slow. Double dink onto the AK-47. Gonna start moving into the B bomb site, but next round is the one that matters for Wildcard.
And if you're VP, you have taken the momentum out of Wildcard. They would have been riding the highs, getting closer and closer, watching these rounds rack up, the clutches from Stanislaw. All of that assists in building momentum and a strong mentality, but Virtus.pro have stalled that out slightly.
No one's at the bomb.
They don't let it happen like this.
There's no kit, and there's no reason, if he went for it at this stage in the game, that'd be mental.
So he'll save his AK.
Money's not exactly great on VP, so yeah, they're not very motivated to take this gun away out of his hands after the first 2 kills. So 12-8, 4-round gap.
Jaba on the beach, turns at the wrong time. And he will be hunted down in the final seconds. That AK will not be saved. But they get into the buy straight away.
Would have been a fun toy to play with that gives you some cushion for an extra weapon or an extra AWP down the stretch, but Fame prevents that from happening.
Terrorists win.
What does Wildcard have in store for us now?
Can they close it here and now?
Fuzi's op going towards canals. They've been taking a lot of fights, doing a lot of peeks from this position in the last few rounds. And Virtus.pro is going to be very aware that this is the best buy they'll have. Are they going to be aware that Fuzi's got a lot of courage to step in front of this smoke?
This is crazy. The fact that he's playing in front of this smoke, Fuzi gets away with one. Is there a second?
No
yes,
way.
There is. And sometimes big balls get big rewards, and Fuzi just moves in front of the smoke shield. It is now looking so good for Wildcard off a play like that.
It's like it's so insane they didn't know how to react. They didn't know how to peek into it. They couldn't believe how wide he was and that he was sticking around for another one.
A player at his first major makes it play like that with the stakes as high as they are. And VP suddenly down to just 3 remaining players, and Norbert burns. As he takes steps away, he waits for the aggression, and Sonic will provide. James'
Don't give
patience
it back,
pays
boys.
off, and they have given back the hard work of Fuzi. And Virtus.pro and their ability to outlast has become a key feature of this team and their history as players. James continues to fight. His patience pays off, and an opening back into the B bomb site.
Trying to do too much. This young team trying to deliver it way too much, and Virtus.pro have a chance to survive this round, to survive the opening 2 deaths.
And James has so often been the heartbreaker, the stealer of dreams, but he is now cast away by Jaba. He will not be denied, and it is all on Norbert to prevent elimination for Virtus.pro. all of these major winners on the brink of collapse and an all-time low. Wildcard tapped the defuse. There is a kit on J-Bot. He's gonna hold it, and they will not stop it. This wild journey will continue, and for Virtus.pro, it is elimination here in the opening stage of the Shanghai Major.
Elimination and humiliation for the losses they've taken, for the inability to contest in some of these matches. Wildcard, what a stunning victory